Hey everybody, this is Discord user Slappy White with Radish Digital. That's digital with a J, bringing you Community Battle Break number 8. This one's for newcomers. Radish Digital, the official media partner of Block Packs. We're going to be ripping some Home Team Hero basketball tonight. Excited. We've got a lot of new folks on the stage. Can't wait to hear their questions. Excited to have you folks watching on Twitter and YouTube. And we also have Big Rob's new giveaway system. So he's excited about that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn it on, and then I am going to direct you over there. Let's see, active, submit. And if you go to, let's see, the Radish Digital Discord, you can go to our channel, which is called Giveaways. And you will find in the giveaway channel there's a link now, radishfantasysports.com/giveaways. And you'll see there's a giveaway between rounds 1 and 2. All you have to do is just enter. That's it. You do have to have a Block Packs Marketplace ID in order to enter. So go ahead and do that. And when we go between rounds 1 and 2, we are going to give away 2,500 BPX. We're going to do it 4 times tonight. All right. And now I am going to bring in Hawkwin. Hawkwin, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing?
Great. Yeah. I'm excited tonight, which is, I love the energy of the community. Like, it really is a tipping point, Hawkwin, for Block Packs between Wonders, Bow Battle Arena. And there's a lot of excitement to the point where it's finally getting to the point where it's not 1 or 2 people come in. I almost feel like the people who've been around for a while are the minority.
What we're seeing is groups of people come in, and also when events happen. So events could be from tournaments to local plays to drops happening to any kind of announcements. Heck, even ads on Facebook. Way back when you and I got involved, I got you involved, actually, as you remember. And my first, the reason why I got involved with Block Packs all the way before their first products was because of Facebook ad. That was years ago. So anything that's drawing in people right now is crazy. And we're seeing them coming in batches. Soon we're going to see them come in floods.
All right. Well, speaking of coming in floods, you know what I'm going to flood you with right now? I am going to flood this stage, Hawkwin, with all the folks who have joined us for this newcomer battle break. How's that for flooding you?
How many are bald? That's a question. Look at that.
Yeah. This well could be.
Yeah. The guys with hair, I applaud you.
All right. Well, on that note, we're going to go around. So, guys, here's what we're doing tonight. We're going to be ripping, and I talked about a break, and everybody's first question was, how is this going to work? And so let's explain how community battle breaks work. So this is the digital Home Team Heroes. I know some folks came in from Wonders. Some folks are from, I want to just do a quick thing, guys. Raise your hand if you're from Wonders. If you started with Wonders. Anyone? All right. How many people here are in Bow Battle Arena? Okay. The Bow. So Bow is where it's from. So Bow Battle Arena is, you see the Home Team Heroes. It's based on a collection that started several years ago. And it started as a digital collection before it ever was the game. Now, don't misunderstand me. The game and the digital collection are 2 separate things. So it's not the same thing as the physical card you collect, the game you play. That's separate from the digital. And one thing, to clear off Hawkwin, I should say right off, is I said at the beginning of the broadcast, but Radish Digital is the official media partner of Block Packs. We are not Block Packs, but we're the official media partner of Block Packs. So what we do is we do things like this. We do things like spaces and shows and town halls with different people. And for instance, Eric S., who's what's his current title? Hawkwin, is he
VP? He's a VP.
He's the VP. He's kind of chief of operations almost. Wouldn't you say? That he was on Around the Block today, so filling in what folks can do. So that's, where Radish Digital is coming from. So with the community battle breaks, here's how it works, and I'm going to tell you the basic rules, and then you ask questions. Is that there's 4 rounds with 4 people in each round. Only 1 person from each round moves on to the championship round. Now, regardless if you win or lose in your round, you're going to get a half a box of digital Home Team Hero basketball. Now, normally that's 100 cards. Because it's a half box, it's 50 cards you get to keep. There are free. That's right. And if you are the one who moves on to the championship round and then you win the championship, you'll get everybody's cards in the championship round, including your own. So it'll be equal to 2.5 boxes. So that's about a $250 value right there. And so what we're trying to do with ripping this digital is you guys are going to see the home team heroes that you've seen in the Bow Battle Arena, but it's also going to show you the other heroes. There's other heroes that you have not seen yet, that they have not put into print, that they have designs on. So it's really simple. We're going to go ahead. We're going to have the 4 boxes set up digitally. We're going to have your name next to each box, and then we're going to rip the cards. And what we do is we rip the cards one at a time for each person. And then by order of rarity, that's how we're going to decide whether you win the round or not. And you get a point every time you win a round. And at the end of the round, whoever has the most points, that's how they move on.
Yeah.
So what we have. Let's see. I wasn't sure. Let's see. I wasn't sure if that was you, Giant Crusher. It was just we heard a voice in the background. So one of the things that we're going to do is that a black 1-on-1, for instance, in our community, if you see a black get hit, that is a 1-of-1 card. That's worth hundreds of dollars, depending on what it is. There's actually some best baller buybacks and bounties that make it worth thousands possibly. But if you hit a black, that's a 1-of-1. If you hit an aqua, that's 1-of-199. If you hit a gold, it's 1-of-10. And then the final thing I'll just say about it is that you might have heard the digital part. They did not plan to do this when they started 2 years ago, but they are making it so you can print the digital cards now. You have to burn the digital one. You can't have it anymore in your digital wallet, but you get to print it. So for instance, when you're talking about CJ Stroud, Shrouded, there are the Origin Gold. There's 10 Origin Golds. And if you hold one of them, you can decide to print it, and that'll burn your digital copy, but you have 1-of-10 gold Shrouded off the digital side. So you're going to be faced with a choice. It's delayed right now because what they had to do is that they had to, I'll get you off. What they had to do is they had to go back and change the artwork because they never intended it to be to be printed when they created the digital images. So they have to go back and they're fixing all the old artwork so that going forward, you can print it on demand. And that should be any week now that you're going to be able to do that. All right, Hawkwind, before we ask their questions, what else you want to add?
Let me make it easy for you guys. If I think or Slappyway thinks that you hit a good card, we'll tell you. How's that sound?
That was going to be my question.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I figured that's what you'd want, but it was good to get the background. Okay. Back to you, Slappy.
No, I just want to say, so before we get started, guys, is there anything, and I've got a little bit of an echo, so I apologize. My thinking's a little bit off there. But does anybody have any questions? First, just about the process, how the battle break's going to go. And the first one is going to be BF Johnson, Joe Surfstoke, and Mass Martyr and Seatown. You guys are going to be the first ones and going in the first wave. Does anybody have any questions about the format?
It sounds like you're ripping for us, and we're just kind of in there asking questions as we go. If there's any action we need to take, you let us know, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And if you hit anything, you know that. Yeah, and I don't know if this was covered, but we can't send you the cards to rip because the packs aren't transferable. The cards are once they're opened. So otherwise, we'd send you the packs and you rip them. But it does. That's not a function right now. So that's why we have to do it this way.
All right, let me check. By the way, other people hear that reverb I'm hearing, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me check. Hold on. You know something, Hawkwind? I thought it might be you. I put you on mute, and I'm not hearing it now. All right, so I'm going to have to go solo here for a little bit while Hawkwind figures out his audio problems. All right, and so you know what's great is so BRFTW. You guys have seen him. No, wait, is it back? BRF. It is. All right, it wasn't there.
Yeah. Screw you.
Yeah. All right. I might selectively mute each of you one at a time just to figure out what it is. So BRFTW, Big Rob, has created this. You probably can't see it. He created a scoreboard. So on my phone, every time one of you wins, I click here, and then you're going to see the score go up over here. Let's see. All right, and Jammer, you're the next to take off. We'll see if that's you. All right, I'm gonna pick on each of you guys one at a time. Let's see. All right, so Hawkwind. Let's see. We've got BF Johnson. He's been around for a while. He's not on the stage. Let's see, Joe. You were up here a second ago. Is Joe? Joe, you're still here. I see you right
I'm
there.
here.
Joe, what's your sweatshirt say?
Tulane. Go wave. Go wave.
Tulane.
New Orleans.
All right, awesome. Yeah, my wife did a clinical there. That's great. And let's see. So Joe is going to be in the upper right. So he wants to see good cards to hit in that upper right. And then we've got Mass Martyr. Mass, you're there, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. All right, so you're the lower left. So you're looking for good cards to be hit there. And then C-Town is Jake, and he finished second in the Winter Brawl down in Columbia, South Carolina this past Saturday. So he is brand new. He actually found Boba without the Discord or anything. He found the Winter Brawl without anything. And Hawkwind, if you could just check on the chat for us, just so while I do all the other windows.
Yes, sir. I just
all right, and so just a reminder, folks, there's 2,500 BPX to be given away. So make sure that you head over to radishfantasysports.com/giveaways, and you'll see between rounds 1 and 2, that's where you're going to go. All right. So I always get nervous the first time I go. I start like I'm going to do something wrong. But so you can see in the upper left-hand corner, one of the things you can do with digital cards, with block packs, is you can click Rip Mode All, and that would rip every card, including common ones. And so the people who've been ripping these digital cards for 2 years, we've gotten spoiled, and they put in a feature where we could skip over the common cards. Because what would happen is people like B-Jams, you know him in the community, B-Jams buys thousands of these. B-Jams doesn't want to sit there and rip for 18 hours. So they created features like this for people like B-Jams, so he could go ahead and say, you know what, I only want to see my rares only. So what it will do is it skips over all the commons and just goes to the rares. And also they added something called inserts, which they're not technically, I mean, they are rare. They are rare. And then the final thing is you can see, oops, I got to go ahead and put that back on top for you, is that you can see the rankings. These are the hit rankings. So the gold tickets, some of them are worth $10,000. Gold tickets are, you can go to block packs and you can say, I want to spin my 10,000, 1 in 5 chance I get 50,000 or I lose my $10,000. Nobody's. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me say that these are instant wins, and you can spin for more if you want. So they're instant wins. You get a gold, we'll be screaming.
Yeah. Yes.
So
yes, and to my knowledge, nobody's ever chosen to go for 50,000 or bust. And then below that, we talked about the black 1 of 1. And if you hit a gold ticket or a black 1 of 1, those are actually worth 2 points. Those are the only ones. If you guys hit that, you'll see your score go up by 2. The golds are 1 of 10. And then there's the color pop below that. Color pop, so you're going to see the, let me back up. Blacks are about 1 every 8,000 cards. So 1 out of every 8,000 cards, you're going to see the black. Golds are going to be about 1 every 800. Color pops are going to be 1 out of every 500. Color pops are special. They don't go in sets or rainbows, and they actually are they mimic the real athlete's fantasy performance. So, for instance, if you hold a victory color pop, it sucks for you because that thing's not going to be earning any more miles, sparks, BPX, whatever you want to call it. So the best color pop is you can get Bo Jackson because he gets what everybody else gets, and then 20% on top of that. And then below that, you have the red, which are 1 of 25, and then the geek insert, and below that's the glitch insert, then the zone insert, bullseye insert, and then a blue, which is 1 of 99, and then CMYK, and then the aquas, which are 1 of 199. So those are the different hits you can get. And so, all right, Hawkwind, we ready to go?
yeah, and then I'll find the chart real quick and put it up, and I'll tell you when it is when we get a break.
All right. And is there any chat that we need to address before we get going?
Nope, I got it.
Okay, you got it, but we don't need to share with the public. All right, good. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody. All right, first one off. Let's see. Oh my gosh!
No way.
Oh my gosh! Oh!
No way.
Oh my gosh!
Those are worth some. Those are really nice. You could sell those
Oh,
to other people.
so
Those are big.
all right. So explain, Hawkwind, what we're looking at.
So color pops are really highly sought after by the community, and so they're worth miles essentially, and they're worth their multiplier. I won't go in too much into the miles part right now because it'll take a little while. Suffice it to say that we'll explain it to you guys at another point because it'll slow this down a little bit. But color pops are actually players and they have a multiplier. So when we open these at the end of this, we'll open all the color pops. It'll be a multiplier of 1, 2, 3, 5, and 10. 10 being the highest by far. And they are just tremendous. They literally will give you all these points that at the end of the season convert into miles or BPX. And then people are looking for BPX all the time to be able to buy things, sell things, trade things. And then in the future, you're going to see a lot more block pack stuff. Like they've said they're going to do collector boxes that will be only for BPX in the future. So people are asking right now, what is the going rate? Like, I'm sorry, I don't remember, but it's something like $200 for 110,000 BPX. Some of these will get you so many hundreds of thousands of BPX. So people will buy them from you right away.
Yeah, and some people will actually keep them sealed. And but in our community battle breaks, we're gonna rip these, so you're gonna see what they're gonna hit. And Chris, I'm not sure, Hawkwind, I don't know if you mentioned, but the multipliers. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 10x. There is one 10x. There's multiple 2x's. So what happens when you see a 10x? Whatever fantasy points that person scores, you get 10x that. So like for instance, Matata after the first season, it was like 20 million points, and it just was an insane amount. But we also, I haven't increased the scoreboard, so I'm going to give Matt Smarter and BF Johnson, you can see they each have 1 point right there. All right, we're going to go back to it, but that's, guys, this is, the break is not going to go like this. This is not going to go like, it never goes like this. People rip 600 cards, 800, again, you should get one every 500 cards. People rip 1,000 cards, and because of the way luck goes, right, they won't hit once. This is insane. What was your
I ripped 400 cards and I got 0 color pops, and I was so mad. Just so you know, other than the golden ticket, like this is what people want. So this is huge. So anyway, let's continue. Wow.
All right. And then the other thing, I feel bad for Joe Surf, but Joe, I think it might be you because I'm not hearing the reverb anymore. Is anyone else?
Nope.
I don't think so. Oh, Joe.
I don't hear anything.
Joe, so I'm so sorry. But listen, hey, we're getting an, oh wait, did we just hear it again?
It's all right.
All right, I'll take Joe off in a second. All right, we're moving on to the next one. So we've got one, and we should say there was an aqua up there, which is a good one. Joe had an aqua, and then the C-Town had a glitch, which is a nice insert, and that actually would be a lot of cards, but not in this time. All right, we're going on to the next one. The other thing to keep a look at, guys, here is we only have 50. Now, normally what we do is we do 200 cards. We do 2 full boxes. So this goes on for a little while. As you can see, if you look at BF Johnson, he's got a point, but look at, he's only, he's already at 36. So he's only got 14 more cards because we're only doing rare. Now, there were 5 commons that were ripped before you saw that. We just did not see it. But then look up at Joe Surfstoke. He's got 9 in. So he's at 0, but he's only got 9. And then, of course, Mass Martyr, 14, C-Town at 19. So BF Johnson, he's got that color pop. Not looking good to win this round, but he's walking away with a color pop. He's going to be happy that he got this. All right, moving on to the next one. And Hawk, I'll let you talk about these.
Ooh. Yeah, so you can see, bullseye. That's a good one. But
another blue.
Blues are down there. If you look in the middle, you'll see glitches up there. It's a rare one overall. And actually in the bottom left-hand corner, I know it's hard to see, there's actually a number on some of these that will actually out of X amount of cards. See, the blue's out of 99. If you can look, if you can circle it. Sloppy white, right there. It's out of 99. So one more thing on the color pops before we go, because this is, these are 50 cards, and you go to the next round, it'll be 50 cards, and championship, there'll be 50. I will tell you, most people in the audience that have been here for a while, the OGs, the people who've been here for over a year, they would actually take a color pop over going advancing anymore. The color pop is that good. They would just say, "Give me the color pop. It's okay if I don't advance anymore." So that's all I'll say on the color pops.
All right, and then I will say that Joe picks up a point because he
Yeah.
has the glitch, and if you look right there, it's right below Red and Geek, and more importantly, it's above Bullseye Blue and the CMYK.
Yep.
And so we have, let's see, where are we going to go next for our next card?
Oh,
Is that all right? Here we go. Good luck, everyone.
yep.
Oh.
Look how many, oh my God, you're already out of cards.
Well, it's only 50. It's 50.
I
Goes
know.
fast.
Oh, the zone. So we got the zone. If you take a look, it's right next to Bullseye, which is just above blue. And then the little dots are called CMYK. And those are always pretty low. So who won that one? The zone, which is Joe again. 3 points on this smaller box break is really a lot.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Sorry,
I'm
Hawkman. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
Nope. And we're out. Oh, Bullseye! That might have done it.
Nice.
Oh, Joe, I'm going to guess that you're
Cobra.
probably going to go forward. You also have 34 cards out of 50, and C-Town needs 3, and he only has 7 cards left.
Yeah, that would be a miracle. That would be more than seeing 2 color pops on the first hit.
Mm,
Oh, it's
Holy cow.
oh, that is good. That's out of 25.
Ooh, a red.
There's only
and it's an
25.
origin. It's an origin.
Nice.
That's a
Hey.
really nice card.
And Hawkwind, can you explain the weapons? Because of course, people in the bow battle arena, they know fire, they know ice, they know steel. But what do we have over here? What are the 6 weapons we have in the digital form?
The origin is actually considered the base, the weapon they started with, and it's actually more sought after. And if I wish we could see, it's a little small, but down in the left-hand corner, it's actually. Can we see it? Can you make that the big one?
Yeah, hold on.
Just be 1 second. What's that? I'm sorry, I can't read it. First.
First edition. First edition.
And so because it's origin, you're going to see some special ones like Hero Debut, first edition. So that's the one everybody wants is the origin. And then there's let's see, Biohazard, which is my favorite. It's the neon green one.
It's our version of Glow.
Glow. There's Magma, which I think is really cool. That's a version of Fire.
Well, of course,
Fire.
and of course, we still have fire. Yep.
Yep,
So we have
Fire.
the origin, the fire, the ice, the biohazard, the titanium, and the
Titanium.
magma. And
Yep.
so the magma is actually what's really cool is you guys see the fire weapons. I got to tell you, my favorite artwork now are actually probably the magma. What they do is it's not really fire, but there's a glow. There's a red glow to it, and it
We'll
just
show. Yep. It's beautiful. We'll show a really nice one.
all right. Let's see. Hopefully we get a chance.
Again,
Right.
you guys are going to see some really beautiful cards that aren't yet or not in Boba. Some of these probably will be in the future. Not necessarily the exact same artwork, but maybe.
All right. So the important is Jake C-Town 13. He just picked up his first point. So there's a chance, but again, this
There's
is
always a
highly unlikely that he is going to be able to come back from this. So right now it's Joe Servstokes' ability to finish that. Joe's out. Oh!
Oh, that was exciting. So Joe advances. And the other contestants, but BF Johnson and Mass Martyr, what did they get? Color pops. So we're going to open those up at the end because there's going to hopefully be other
Well, actually,
people.
Hawkwind, we're
Sure.
going to actually open it right now.
No way.
We're going to open that right now. And so folks can see that. And then, all right, let me move this guy.
Oh God.
All right, so we had the color pops over here. All right, so let's go here. It's going to be RBB1. So this is going to be BFF Johnson first.
Let me
And-
tell you one thing about the color pops. One other thing to keep in mind is Does anyone know for sure if BlockPack said that you can convert the color pops to a physical card? Anybody in chat know that? Because if you can, there's going to be very few. There's only one 10 times, and there's only one 5 times, and there's only a few of the other multipliers total in existence of each of the players and their unique weapons. So if they do actually have these come out in physical, that would be awesome. You get these printed. You'd burn them, but you'd get them printed if you want. All right, let's do it.
Hey, and before we hit this, I just want to let you guys who are on stage, you're eligible to enter this 2,500 entry. So you want to definitely go over there. And I know a lot of you haven't. You're going to go to it's radishfantasysports.com/giveaway.
Yep.
What's that?
The link's up in chat.
Okay, so you definitely want to head over there. I know most of the people on the stage have not entered because I'm actually looking at the entries. So Hawkwind, I don't know if chat people are saying they have an issue, but actually for 2,500 BPX, there's only 4 people. I know we have.
Really?
Yeah, we've got 30 people watching. We've got 10 people on the stage. So we've got 40 people. I know that folks are not going in there to win that 2,600 BPX. Just got to click on it. And when you go to Radish Fantasy Sports, one thing to tell you is when you go to a website, right, like Restream, you can log in with Google, and it's just easier. You don't need another username or password. When you go to Radish Fantasy Sports, we communicate with the API at BlockPacks, so you can just log in with your BlockPacks ID. That's the best way to do it. It just links your BlockPacks ID, and it knows right away. And you don't have to remember a username or password. That's the other nice thing. All right, we're going to go ahead, and this is going to be BF Johnson's first. And then what we're going to do for those of you on the stage, we're going to give you guys a chance to ask questions because we've given you a lot of information. I got to get at least 3 questions because I know there are. So we're going to go to the we're going to rip this color pop right now. This one's BF Johnson. All right, good luck, BF Johnson.
Come on.
Cobra.
Cobra.
Nice. Awesome.
And who is Cobra?
Let's see. I'm going to pull up right now so they can see this.
Kevin
and
Durant, isn't it?
Who? Durant?
Yeah, Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
And these are the actual points that will be converted into BPX because there's a pool at the end. That's why it's not a direct conversion. These are its fantasy points that they've gotten so far this year. So far.
And so right now I just pulled up the leaderboard. All right. So one of the things you guys can do just to play around, if you go to blockpacks.com, on your desktop, it's going to bring up this screen. And then it says trending collections, and basketball is the most recent one. So the base set is when you see the commons, the aquas, the reds, the golds. And then it has color pops, which, as we said, these are different than everything else. They don't go in sets. They don't go in rainbows. They give you value based on how the real player does. So what I did is I clicked on the color pops, and that's going to bring you up. And again, going to what Hawkwind was talking about, the value, you can see for these basketball color pops, like the price, you can see somebody just sold one for 8,000 miles, 6,000 miles. So that's how much these color pops are going for. And then for one of them. And then if we go, and this is what's for sale, you can see the floor right now is 11,000 BPX. And then the leaderboard, though, this is the part that, for you guys who want that fantasy edge, you want to hold these sports cards that, imagine your Topps cards actually gave you extra value based on how well, Aaron Judge or whoever was doing that year. And that's what this does. So again, you see Mustang here is at 829,000, but look at Bo Jackson, hasn't played in a year, I think, and he's up at 995,000. And that's because he gets the #1 spot plus a premium. So if we go down, and you can see Victory still at 3, even though he's out of it. And what's interesting is, Hawkwind, it used to be when you'd see the hero you got, like Cobra was at 21, you'd be like, ugh, 21. But I tell people all the time, 618,000 points. You add on, the difference between him and 10th place is just 70,000 points. That's not dramatic. So that is actually a pretty good one, Cobra. And we're not going to go in the rabbit hole, and I know Hawkwind won't want me to do this, but I will say, if you have a geek, you get 25% more if you hold a geek when they take a snapshot. We won't get into that right now. All right.
Yeah.
When I'm going to rip these other ones, is there a question out there? Somebody come. Not is there? Troy Cards, Troy Card Shack. Come up with a question for us. Put you on the spot.
These heroes obviously have been here before, because I'm used to the Bow Battle Arena. So is it possible that the other heroes that aren't in it now will be in the
Could
future?
be, yeah. So if you do you have a Bo Jackson Battle Arena pack with you by any chance? Just a pack?
Not one that's not opened already.
Do you have one that's open?
But I got a wrap.
It's okay. It's just the wrapper is all I'm looking for. You have a wrapper.
Yeah.
What's in the bottom left-hand corner? What does it say?
On the front?
Does it say HTH? There you go. So what does it say around the HTH? Because that's what this is.
Well, you're testing my eyeballs now.
Let me help you. So what it does is it says that it actually licenses from HTH. So these players are actually, then the art is licensed from HTH, which is this. So will they have players from this? Well, that's where they got all the other players from and the art site stuff. So you found the connection. It's been there all along on the wrapper. No one ever notices it.
Yeah, so if you that's a great point, Hawkwind. If you like Bow Battle Arena, this is actually going down to the genesis of it. All right, next up we've got, let's see, and then we'll go back to the questions, but I see that, let's see, Matt Smarter, you ready to rip your color pop?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right, Matt Smarter. You can still see the screen, Hawkwind?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Come on, multiplier.
The multiplier, yeah.
Multiplier.
Juice.
I actually can't remember Juice. Who is that?
That's O.J. Simpson, of course.
Okay.
It's a killer card.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Look at the jokes flying.
You know what's sad? I didn't even pick up on that one at first. All right, and so let's see. Juice is number 27. So again, he's 591,000 points, and that's Caleb Brown. But we talked about on the 21. Cobra was 21 and 618,000 points, and just sitting 27,000 points behind is the Juice. So again, good. All right, let's see. All right, we're going to move on, Hawkwind, to the next round. And the next round is going to be, I'm going to have you do the questions while I set up the next one. But the next one is going to be Gen Con. It's going to be B-Town, Vermont, Deadly Ice, and ROMs. Those are going to be the next one who are going to be there. So I'm going to let you take over here for a second, Hawkwind, while I set up. And get two questions. Get two questions.
Yes. And also we have to do giveaway, right?
Oh, yeah, we do. We do.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple questions. So one regarding the giveaway, like when you register, it says to enter the answer. Like, what do we enter there once we're logged in?
What is that? I actually don't know. Type in anything.
Okay.
Like circus monkey kills Bill. This is this is newer. And if you are in the break, you do actually need to register also. In the past, you didn't have to, but you do need to now. So you guys need to also register.
And so I can confirm I just typed in Juice and it says I entered. So that's good.
I'm not quite sure why. I know Big Rob or BRFTW who made this told me why. I can't remember what the reasoning was. It was a safety measure to make sure you're real. I think it was a bot. I'm going to guess.
And I have another question, if that's okay. So the points that you were showing there in the kind of the leaderboard, how does that relate to fantasy points? Like is there like a crosswalk of what a rebound is or whatnot?
Yep. It's on. Shoot, if you've never done it on their Discord, so if you go to BlockBack's Discord, hopefully you guys are in it. In BlockBack's Discord, I'm going to share my screen really quick, and I'll show you. So give me 1 second. Hopefully I don't have. Oh, yep, I got rid of the. Now we're PG. We're good now. So. Right here, I'm in BlockBacks, right? You can see my cursor. And I'm going to go to, this is a really important one, I think, that a lot of people don't realize. It's called official links. See where my cursor is? If you go in here, scroll up and down, it doesn't automatically go to the top. I think a lot of people don't realize that. So there's a bunch of things in here. And if you take a look at BlockBacks, you can see merch store, website, so on and so forth. But there's one down here. It says there's guides down here. There's home team heroes is what we're looking at. There's a home team hero guide. There's a points guide right here. So you're going to find a lot of things right there. That's what I personally would recommend. They actually have a good guide that was written about a year ago, a Git book. I would highly recommend going for everyone.
Awesome.
Did anyone know what was there, by the way, out of you guys? Did you guys know that? Here's what it looks like. Oh, good. Leaving Discord. Oh, I was going to show you my tabs. So you can see there's going to be a lot of information tied together. Also, the inserts are worth more points also. Rainbows and sets. There's a lot in here, including points for the fantasy. So there's a whole bunch of different things. Here's the origin of home team heroes, so on and so forth. All right,
Aquin, we are giving away the first 2,500 BPX. There's only 13 people who are in it, so your chances are pretty good. And that's actually Vast Maximus. So Vast Maximus, if you want to just go ahead, if you're not in the Radish Digital Discord, you can go to radishdigital.com, use one of the fields to fill out information, and you can send it that way. Or if you can just reach out in Discord to Slappy White, and you can just identify yourself so we can get 2,500 BPX over to you. And along the lines of the second giveaway is now open, which is the giveaway between rounds 2 and 3. And so I'll tell you what, the word we're going to say, yeah, it's interesting. So again, this is the first time we're using this new system. Big Rob's amazing. He heard our frustration last time. Believe it or not, this giveaway system is amazing compared to what we used to have. And this is the first time we're using it. We wanted to test it here. And so let's see. Just closing the old one. We wanted to test it here. So Rob does have the background field says, what's your answer? So I think, Hawkwin, for this next one, we should just have a question to give, which is who won the first round? And that one is you can say Surfer Joe. Is that who won the first round? Surfer Joe. So right now you can go to radishdigital.com/giveaways and then enter in Joe or Surfer Joe.
Yeah, I've told people whatever they want to enter, and Big Rob's already said in the future he'll be able to toggle it. For people who don't know, Big Rob, his name is BRFTW, just so we can add those names together. It's very confusing, especially when you're new, about people saying two different names, their real name and their handle, which I'm sure. All right, let's get moving if you're ready, Slappy White.
Yes. Sorry, guys. So we're going a little bit. Well, and actually, did anyone have any? And we can do the questions while we're moving along. But did you guys have any more questions?
Yeah. I was hoping to ask for clarification and to make sure I understood things correctly. But with the color pops, the points they gain, if I understood correctly, they don't ever expire and they stay with the card. So like if you were to trade them later, that whoever receives it can still collect the points on it?
Yeah, so if it's unrevealed, and you just got to know, if it's been revealed, there's been so many points dripped or already gone over time. I'm not saying that right. Drip is the right way to say it. But the guy who had it before you, or gal, might have had it for like 3 months or a year and gotten a bunch of points from it already. You get the remainder, but you don't know how much is left on it. You don't know when they opened it. an unrevealed one, you get all of it. It's been building up. Does that make sense?
It's okay if it doesn't. I thought that was a little tricky. Did you have a follow-up question?
Yeah, is the drip like I don't know, does it have a time frame that it's divided up across, or?
Yeah, it does. I think it's a year, but I don't know for sure.
Okay.
There's a lot of people in Block Packs community that does. I just got my first one ever after years and years and years being here. I just got it this like a month ago, my first ever. That's how rare they are. I've done every single one of these for 3 or 4 years since it's been the first one ever. And I've only gotten one just a month ago.
Okay.
All right, I'll let you guys keep talking while I'm gonna rip, okay?
Yep.
So guys, keep asking questions, and we'll just do this in the background because this is 50, so we'll start going a little bit quicker.
So in here, you guys are playing against Jen Dunn, who's Gen Con, and she's one of the people that's been around a long time. Bullseye. So you get to know these pretty quickly. Bullseye is going to win this one. You can see on the chart in the middle. Again, just looking up. Those are really cool. They started doing these really cool inserts instead of just doing colors all the time. And you're seeing the inserts. And then the other ones are the colors. And the colors are all numbered, just so you're aware. The inserts aren't, except for a few that are rare. Like the geek card that you can see up there is going to be out of 50. All right, let's go to the next one.
And if you look, we've got Gen Con's already at card 14, but the leader, B-Town, who's here on the stage with us, he's only on card 5, and he's up 1. And then look at poor Deadly Ice. He's at 22 already, almost halfway through, and then Rom's at 16. All right, good luck, everyone. We told you that excitement of those 2 color pops to start with. We're like, don't expect that every time. That was insane.
Blue. Oh, this one is interesting. First of all, you got LaBoss, who people like. Victory, which is always popular. But you got 2 blues here. And if you notice, that beats Aqua, which is the lowest, and then CMYK. So we got a tie. And in ties, you both get points. We're all about giving, not taking back or leaving alone. We're about giving. So now we're up to 17. Oh my God, you're almost done, Roms. Oh, a gold! Oh, that's rare. Oh, and a card geek. Okay, let's show the gold. That's out of 10. There's only 10 of those made for that weapon type and hero. So we're going to show you real quick. If he flips it, do you see where it says out of 10? So if you want to get that into a physical card and you like Scotty Barnes, that's going to be one that you might want to get as a physical card. But if you do that, and a couple other people do, and they get burned. So now there might only be like 3 or 4 in the future that would only be digital. So it's rare and digital. It's going to be very interesting to see that. I personally would get them into physical cards and get some graded. Wow, and that's awesome.
It's such a shame for Roms. 47. He got a great card, but he's almost out of cards here.
Yep. And how many out of? Oh gosh. Can you put the middle back up, please?
Oh yeah. It's all right here.
No problem. Because you still got a lot of cards left, B-Town.
I like my chances.
And again, every time you get another rare, you get a point. And in fact, when we do these with 2 boxes with 200, the other day we had something amazing. It was, gosh, what did they finish at? Hawkman, was it 20? We've never seen anybody get, usually people win with 7, 8, or 9, and they had a box. They were like 120 out of 200, and everybody else was out, and it's like point.
Yeah.
And they just racked it up. It was insane.
All right, let's see a gold ticket. Oh, there's a winner. That just got you to the next round. You got 8 packs left.
Oh, and he needed it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Skin of my teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Gen Con got a nice one, and we got also a card geek to Roms. Congratulations.
All right, Hawkwind, I'm going to set up the next thing. I'm going to do the giveaways. Make sure you guys are signed up, radishfantasysports.com/giveaway. Hey, Sheila. And You answer the questions. Make sure you pull it out of them, and then I will get the next one set up and the giveaway set up. All right, thanks.
All right, what do you got for questions on HCH? And if not, I'll open it up to Boba if you want.
Is this ever going to cross over to Boba, or is this just always going to be a separate entity?
We don't know that for sure. Things change and evolve with blockbacks, and that's an answer for them. And maybe they don't even know. A lot of things have evolved, and a lot of things are tested all the time. So the way they have it set up now, though, it seems like a pretty sweet system. You get in the ecosystem, you have your three main brands, and then you have it all. Then you have your kind of base one, which is BP or block packs, where HCH is. So your three brands are Bo Jackson Battle Arena, and then Wonders of the First, and then do you guys know what the third one is? Cosmics. That's one that you might have heard. It's based off something in the past called Bantams, and that's coming out. That's going to come out soon. So there's a little bit of back history to it. That has some people bought into it a little while back through NFTs and some stuff. So they'll get some things because of assets they held, but you'll hear a lot more about it near the middle of summer, I think. So you will be able to get in the ground floor on that one. And if I'm correct, that is also going to be a game. Physical card game. So if you want to, if you think that it did really well in Boba, which I guess it's actually proven that it did really well, you can just look at the market, and you think that's going to continue in Wonders too, then you can always be on the ground floor with a new one, Cosmics, going up. And then you have this core, which is block packs and HGH, the digital aspect, and the marketplace and so on is going to be here. Does that make sense? I'm trying to simplify it.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense.
Any other
All right,
questions?
Hawkman, we just did the second giveaway. So Mass Martyr picking up 2,500 BPX. And I'm going to go ahead now. I'm going to close out that one, and then we're going to open up the next one. And so what you want to do, close, is that put any word you want, or you can put in let's see, we had B-Town, Vermont. You can just put Vermont. Actually, yeah, put Vermont. That's what you put away for giveaway between rounds 3 and 4. That's what we're going to go ahead and do. Do Vermont or we'll accept any word this time, but try to put Vermont. But Hawkman, we got to be better. We got to train ourselves too. So I know we said any word, but going forward, let's give them a word and practice that. And see
all new. Where are you from in Vermont?
Randolph, Central Vermont.
Oh, yeah, I know Randolph. I grew up in Middlebury.
Nice.
All right,
let's do it.
We have coming up as, let's see, hold on, Giant Crusher is off the stage. Is that all right, Giant Crusher? You're back up there. Anything in the chat we need to talk about, Hawkwood?
Nope. Just that Jen lost.
All right, and then
she's been a champion in the past. And
all right, and then. And also, just want to say, Moop Dad's in this one. He's on the left. He wasn't here earlier. He's doing his first stream on Whatnot, which is it's at 9 o'clock. So I'm sure he's getting ready. He's going to be doing a bow stream over at Whatnot. So don't want everybody to hop off here, but we're trying to get through this so you can get over there, check out what he's doing out on that stream. All right, so we've got Moop Dad in the upper left. We've got Zarek in the upper right, and we have Giant Crusher in the lower left, My Steelers in the lower right. What's ironic about this is Zarek and My Steelers, they have some pretty good luck in some areas, but in the community battle breaks, luck they do not have. So, yeah, one of these people is not going to be. Both of them can't win, that's for sure. And actually, if one of you new guys wins, that's probably going to be what's happening here. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say that's probably what's going to happen. All right.
I'm going to predict this, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be correct, is that Giant Crusher will actually go to the next round.
He's actually going to crush it. All right.
Yep.
All right, you can see the screen, right, Hawkman?
Yes, we can. Let's do it.
Come on, let's get a color pop. Just for fun.
Let's go.
Have another one.
Blue. We got inserts. The white means an insert. Bullseye, zone, and CMYK. So you guys are starting to learn it. There's a tie there, right? The zone and bullseye. You can see them right next to each other in the middle. But I just want to point out, Giant Crusher only used 2 cards versus the 23 cards of Zarek to get the
Yeah, but
same
look at
thing.
Moop Dad. Look at Moop Dad. One.
Boop Dad. Oh man, he's lucky.
Yeah, you usually don't see that. Let's see what card he uses now, though. Oh, Aqua. He's not going to win this one. Oof.
Ooh, another
let's
zone.
go. Giant Crusher starting to take a lead.
Yeah.
But you're both at 5 cards.
And look at Zarek. Look at Zarek.
He probably is. Oh, Zarek.
Oh,
Oh man.
Sorry, buddy. Here we go.
Let's go black. Let's go black.
Oh, Zarek's done. Insert.
Let's go black.
Aqua. So the insert's going to win. Moop. Oh, but Moop's only a 17, and my Steelers about to get booted. The Vets are going to lose.
All right, let's go.
We told you it was going to happen. It's unbelievable their bad luck.
Giant Crusher.
Nice.
And he has more packs too. It's going back and forth with the packs. Here we go. Insert war. Oh, glitch gets it. And look at the 27 versus 38.
Nice.
This is exciting. Oh,
come on, black insert. Black insert.
Bullseye. We got it. We got a winner. And guess who it is?
Now color pop.
Boom.
He called it.
Hey, and Hawkwind, I'm just going, since it's only 5 or 8.
Ooh, what
I'm
is
just
that?
I'm going to rip all. So this is what you guys can see is if you want, you can go through when you buy that. I know some of you have already ripped digital, but when you do it manually, these are the commons that you're going to see as well.
That's out of 99.
This is insane, by the way.
Gone.
This is Hawkwind. This is 6 points in under 50 cards. I don't think anyone's done that in the regular breaks.
Oh my God, he did. Oh, this is the comments too.
What?
Remind us to talk about the best baller because I think you just got, well, you got to get colored. I have a prediction on all the best ballers.
And have you guys heard about the best baller buyback program? For instance, Jen Con in one of the last community battle breaks, she hit a black 1 of 1 that was $500. She could send back in, which she was going to do.
Yep. Oh my God, this victory. That's what you got, buddy, on your last one. Victory.
Heck yeah. Thank you.
Nice
Oh
round.
my goodness. I know how to call them.
That was a good break.
Hawkwind, do me a favor and just go to each person on stage and ask them one thing they would ask or one thing they'd say. Just because we all know it's hard when you ask people for questions, a room full. Nobody's going to say, but let's go ahead and can you do that while I set up the next one?
Yes, Troy. What do you want to get?
Yeah, basically, I thought I was getting in on the ground level just signing up as a day one store with Boba, but I didn't realize that I'm way behind the 8 ball now.
Getting the alpha of Boba is huge. It really is. And being able to get these side sets, like, did you get in on the Super Bowl?
No.
Because I think that one will do pretty well. But there's more coming up on the side sets, I'm sure. And also the update.
Yeah.
The update's coming up early summer. So that'll be another one.
Well, and the other thing is, just to let you know, is in this community, we've been here for 3 years. And it's funny because every wave of people are like, oh, I got in so late. And the funny thing is the waves just starting to form. So everybody is still early. If you're here right now.
Are we going to be able to order the update set off the site?
I don't know.
Because I have no stores within 100 miles of me that carry the product.
Let me put it to you this way. It'll be offered to the community because it always has been in the past.
Okay,
so
cool.
That's the easiest way to say it. I highly assume on their website, but that's up to them. But they've always offered it to the community first or in conjunction. So, all right.
All right, Hawkwind, and we're giving away, we're going to give away the next 2,500 BPX.
Yep.
Third 2,500 BPX giveaway. And let's see. All right.
Local 4.
Good luck, everyone. And it's
Who's gonna
going to
win
be Let's see. I see number of people on stage. Loco wins everything. It's actually going to be Seaton. Seaton who wins. He wins a lot of stuff, and he just won 2,500 BPX.
That's great. Every time I see that name, I swear to God, it reads to me Satan. Every time.
Absolutely. All right.
I think you mispronounced Seatown there.
All right. The next giveaway is open, guys. We have 2,500 BPX at Hawkman. We got to do a better job because we mentioned in the beginning and then we don't talk about it. So 2,500 BPX, that's going to be given away. And so what you just need to do is go to radishfantasysports.com/giveaways. And then you just want to say, I'll tell you what, if you can put Zarek or Steelers in the correct answer, because we'll all have our own little joke. We know they didn't win the last round, but you can put Zarek or my Steelers in there. Those poor guys, we knew they weren't going to win and they didn't win.
I'm going to guess most people can't spell Zarek right now.
Yeah, I know. Of course not. I thought it was X-Eric the first time. Hey, the other thing, Hawkman, we have to do, we have some people who've been in the BlockFacts community for 3 years, and they said, I tune in and I just don't follow with what you're doing with community battle breaks. We need to take a step back. So, folks, you're watching Community Battle Breaks presented by Radish. This is for newcomers, and a couple of OGs sprinkled in, and the newcomers have vanquished them, conquered them, destroyed them. They will not be standing on the podium. They're doing a great job. But what are community battle breaks? This is the digital home team heroes that are the intellectual property for Bo Battle Arena. These are the heroes you know, plus more heroes, plus more variants, not just fire, ice, and steel. And so what is this battle break? We have 4 rounds with 4 people in each round. You go against each other. One person advances from each of the 4 rounds. You go to the championship round. We do it all over again. And whoever wins the championship round, they take home all 4 of those half boxes in the championship round, along with the 50 cards they won in their round to get there. And everybody keeps at least 50. Just one person's going to walk away with 2.5 boxes. And we've got 2 people walked away with color pops already. All right, I've got the next one ready to go.
2 losers walked away with.
2 losers. 2 non-winners.
Good amount of cards too.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. And so Hawkwind, anything on chat? And I have it ready to go, but is there anything on chat we need to address?
No, but I thought this was funny. I'll put it up for everyone.
Oh, you're gonna put some.
Yeah, there you go. That's one of the vets that no longer is in the contest.
Actually, if you want to know, this is probably too much of an inside joke, but when we were testing the scoreboard, Big Rob was having fun with Zarek, and he said the problem is you don't have enough negative digits there. So I tested it out, and I went to -100, and we could actually give Zarek a -100. So that was kind of the inside joke. All right.
Let's do another one.
We're ready to go. So we've got, Troy's card shack's been waiting here to hit it, and you're going to be in the upper left. We've got Jammer, who also, let's see, is he still in here? I saw Jammer. You were in here. Oh no, Jammer's coming back up. Hey, Jammer.
How we doing, guys?
Good. You're going to be upper right, and then my Steelers son, Steelers Jr., who has been carrying on with his dad's luck. He needs to break the curse of the Bambino. And then we have, of course, let's see, Matt was in here, and is Matt still on here? No, I think Matt was here, but he looks like he's off the stage.
Doesn't Matthew Cantrell sound like a male version of Sex in the City? Like he's one of the main characters?
I just made a
don't
trade
even
with
know
Matt
where you're
today.
going with that.
Oh, nice. You can vouch for him. Is that your first trade?
No, I've done quite a few on Discord.
Nice.
Great bunch of guys.
I hear
One
Cantrell and think Allison changed, so.
One great thing about Matt is when he was at the Winter Brawl, I ripped it's my first Blizzard Glow that I ripped. And I ripped a Cowboy Blizzard Glow. And he goes, oh, let me see what that is. He has his checklist and he's coloring in the circles. His Blizzard collection is insane. Matt, if you're watching this from YouTube or X now, can you post it on the X or the YouTube feed? I want folks to see, or I guess on the X, you're gonna have to post it. You gotta share your Blizzard collection so people know what it is. All right, good luck, everybody.
I'm gonna
there we go.
Oh, Card Geek. We haven't seen that. Can you flip Card Geek? please. The back.
Yeah,
So-
you're missing Aqua. You didn't even mention the Aqua Bojacks. The freaking Aqua Bojack.
Going in order. So Victory Geek is really cool. And down, I think those are out of 50. And then we got Bojacks. Any Bojacks is highly sought after, and any colored one is really sought after. So even though it's Aqua, it's really, really good.
Yeah, they cost a lot.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, he's playing basketball.
Awesome.
Insert, Aqua, insert. Oh, wow, this is a low one. Oh, my God. 3 ties. 3 points.
Huh.
And poor
Look
Matt
at-
gets
Stop. Look at how low the card, how many packs are left for the 3 people that tied. And then poor Matt.
All right. Well, Matt's
All right.
gonna go. He's gonna go on a little run here. So
Low run to. Oh, we
There's a
got
blue.
Red. Whoa. Oh, color pop.
And a collar pop. Bam.
Whoa. And he went on a low run. Wow, that color pop is sweet.
Dude.
And you know what's crazy is that poor Steelers Jr. He pulls a red, and this is what I'm talking about. He pulls a red, and he still loses. Oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
Flip the back. Yeah, out of 25. Oh. I think he's only 12 years old, so he's probably not doing well right now.
Actually, he's not far from you, Hogwin. Do you know he's at CU Boulder?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he's a couple miles away from you, my friend.
Oh. All right. Oh, what do we got? Oh, we got an insert glitch. So can we stop right there a second? So for the best baller, what you want for the best baller in basketball is the highest scorer in the East, the highest scorer in the West, and the highest scorer for rookie. And if you get color, so it's aqua, blue, red, gold, and black, they will take Block Packs will take it from you. You transfer it to them when they tell you to, and they'll give you actual money for it. They'll give you money.
Wow.
So what I did is I went through and predicted what I think are going to be the high scores in East, West, and rookie. And I'll tell you right now, because I already bought a bunch, Kassler is who I think is going to be the high scorer for the rookie. So
Nice.
right there would be, if I'm correct, that would be $5 right there for the aqua. And it goes up from there. And just to give you an idea, a red is $50 is what they would give for that. And
we should say that's why we do community battle breaks. Like this is an abbreviated version that we're doing for no cost, but we do community battle breaks where we give away a ton of stuff to the community. We do unrevealed Wonders pre-slabs. We do unrevealed football color pops we give away. And this is to the community and the people in the battle break. We have 2 groups. We have giveaways just for people in the community. It's the reason why we've got 30 people watching right now. They're not getting anything, but they're doing it because they know they've gotten used to it. We've packed, sometimes I think we've broken 100 once. Usually, like, we didn't really promote this one. I just got back from Winter Brawl. We wanted to do this. Oh, the other thing we didn't even talk about, Hawkwood. Well, the reason why we wanted to get this in now, oh my gosh, is that does anybody on here not know about the Snap games? Not know.
I
Okay.
don't know.
All right.
I don't
Oh
know.
my God.
make it
All right.
short. Make it short.
No, so the one thing, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get through the championship,
Yep.
and then we're gonna let folks go, and then we'll stay on to answer any questions.
Yep.
We'll talk about the Snap games, but what you need to know is your common cards on March 9th or 10th, that Monday, certain common cards are gonna turn into purple. Well, no. They're gonna add purple shatter cards to your account automatically. You keep your common, but certain ones are gonna have purple shatters, and there's gonna be those purple shatters. There's going to be 256 of them. And what they're going to do is then they're going to give you the next, I think orange is the next one, and it's going to be 64. And so of the 256 purple shatters that people have, 64 people will get orange. And then it goes by 25%. But what it comes down to is when you get down to the final one, you have a rainbow. All that same hero, all that same weapon, and a physical card.
Yeah, nice one.
A physical card. So
Wow.
they've experimented. Sometimes they've had like $5,000-$10,000 cards. Sometimes it's $100 card. But so you get physical cards. So these commons, these 50 commons we're sending to you, if you did not get colors, fear not. It's not over. On March 10th, you're going to find out if you had more luck. We'll talk about it more after. All right. So let's get back to the game. And I'm hoping, yeah, I did give Jammer his point there. Jammer, I gave you your point, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Sorry,
Let's
we
move
get-
that.
All right. And
Let's
Jammer's.
make it big again. Make the screen big.
All right.
There we
I
go.
just-
All right. Okay.
all right. Let's
Thank
do
you.
it. So,
All right,
we're almost
Jammer's.
out, though. Troy's
Jammer-
almost out of cards. Same with Steelers Jr. Oh, he is out. Oh, he is out.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Insert.
Oh, the zone. Oh,
Glitch.
Look at oh, Matt. Oh, that had to hurt a little. Oh, but you have 25. more.
5. Yeah, but Hawkwind, when you only have 50, it can go 25 to 50 like that. And hey, this is one other thing. Just to let you know, you can see some old product, folks. And so what happened, Hawkwind said something, but it wasn't quite right, is that, Hawkwind, when you said the inserts, they wanted to add more color, is that actually what happened is a pack used to be, which is a pack used to be 1 card. And then they decided they were going to make a pack 5 cards. See, in my head, it's 1 color pop every 100, but now it's 1 color pop every 500. So what they did is they added hundreds more cards. When you rip a box, you used to rip 20 cards. Now you rip 100. So they give you 5 cards per pack. You're ripping 20 packs in a box. And to make up for those extra, they created these inserts, which are not sets or rainbows, so they can't be grouped with anything else. They're just collector items for you to have. And again, Galileo, he loves geek inserts. In fact, those of you who hit geek inserts tonight, go to Galileo and show him your geek inserts and see what kind of boba stuff you can get from him. But so that's what these inserts are all about right now. So Matt is sitting there at 46, and all right, we'll go back. And
those guys just want to see who wins, man. It's so close. But Matt, you're done.
So that's what I was going to say. With only 25 cards left, essentially it was 5 cards under the old system. It's very possible that Jammer here is going to be out of cards. So, I mean, this could go to anyone.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
2 inserts. Card Geek.
Bullseye.
Oh my goodness, Jammer.
Nice.
Beautiful card.
Yeah. Mustang.
Both of them. Oh my gosh, both of this is like a Wonders of the First.
Oh, that's really cool looking. Look at that.
Yeah, this is like a Wonder of the First. All right. So I can't see. All right, so he's at 34. I'm willing to bet here Jammer is yes. All right, that was card 50 for Matt. So
Jammer got it.
Yeah, let's see how high Jammer can go.
It's taking a while.
Another point.
Yep. And you got another one.
Wow.
2 aquas in a row.
Hey, and everybody head to radishfantasysports.com/giveaways, and we're going to give away 2,500 BPX in a second, so make sure you're entered. Oh, another one.
Another one.
Oh!
Wow. No way.
Red.
Out of 25.
That's
a scurvy one.
That is beautiful. Oh, all right.
Wow.
The Jammers are round 4 finals.
Yep. Yeah, round 4, then we go to the finals.
nice.
This was now we go to the
crazy.
finals, correct?
Oh, this was number 4. Wow, it's been so exciting.
Yes. All right, let me go ahead, break chat. I'm putting a place where I'm saving everyone. We still have to rip a color pop though, right? So let's go ahead and do that. And so let's see. All right, so that's going to be that was Matt down in the lower right-hand corner, right?
Yep.
All right.
No. Oh yeah, you're right.
You can see the screen, right, Hawkwind?
Yes, we can see everything. I'll tell you if we can't.
All right. So you see color pop right now.
Yep.
All right. Good luck, Matt. Come on, multiplier!
Oh, what do we got?
20 buckets!
Oh, that's a good one.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's a really good one.
Look at that glow. Look at the buckets. I've never
That's cool.
seen. I've never seen artwork this good.
Look at that biohazard. Wow, that's really cool. Congratulations.
All right, and actually, because I know we hit a Donnie Buckets, the Radish Cabal. It's completely associated with the Radish officially, right?
It's
Hawkwood
not.
is the the Radish Cabal. We hit one, and he's sitting at number 32. Of course, that's Luka Doncic. So he's right now at 477,000 points. Everybody loves Luka, though.
He's going to go. His playtime is restricted now, but he's doing really well with the Lakers. And after the Midway All-Star game, they're going to actually up his minutes to full time. He's supposed to be doing really. You'll see how well he does after the break. I don't even like the guy.
Hawkwind, I need to get it set up. So if you want to just go ahead, and I know you talked to a couple of people on questions. I'm not sure if Vermont, Brown, we answered all your questions, but if you want to just hit anybody else, and if folks want to ask about those snap games, we could also cover that while we're going on, unless somebody has something else they want to ask about. Guys, please speak up. Like, one of the reasons why we rip Bo Battle Arena stuff, we still have jumbos and hobbies and boosters, and we're still ripping.
We got to give away 2,500.
Yeah, no, I know. I got to get this set up first, but just stop me before we start the next one. Yeah, see, never stop an old man before he's making his point, Hawkwind. Now I can't freaking remember what I was gonna say. All right.
I'll chime in with a question. So this Hometown Heroes, this is basketball only. It looks like
It's home team heroes. Just so you know.
Home team heroes, right?
Yeah. Jeff really gets the. Yeah, you need to. It's pretty funny when he hears that. I'm sorry to interrupt.
This is just basketball, like I'm used to boba, and that's basketball, football, baseball. So.
Yeah, it's football, basketball, baseball as of now.
Okay.
And they might try another sport or so, but right now, actually, Jeff had said that the most popular is baseball and football, with basketball running a little bit more distant third. So they do keep it to each sport. And it just has to be a market for it.
Yep.
Good question. Any other questions, statements?
Is there a way to look up the Aqua cards that are like actually for sale?
Yeah. So do we have that on, I should know this, but do we have that on Big Rob? Are you around?
With Aqua for sales, you go to blockpacks.com where I was. You would, instead of choosing color pops, you would choose the base set.
Okay.
I want to show actually a little bit different. Give me 2 seconds to get in, and I'll share my screen.
Surf dope. Show surf.
All right, I'm going to share my screen here. Give me a second, and then we'll
base set.
Window. Oh God, we can't show that screen. Jesus.
And I will say we have room for somebody else up on stage if they want. We've got room for one more person if anyone wants to hop up here. I know we've had people trying to get on stage all throughout.
Yep. Give me 1 second. There it is. Okay. Okay. So you can probably see my screen, right? I'm on Blockbacks.
Yep.
And then if you go, let's just pick. I click on Blockbacks up top. And then I'm going to scroll down a little bit and go ahead and pick whichever one you want to look at. Let's do basketball 24. I'm going to do base set. I click on it, which is the most current one. It's always in first. I clicked on it. It's just thinking.
Yeah, mine is too.
Yeah, my 12-year-old is playing ball packs. And then what I personally do, I want to just show this. I look at it all the time. I actually look at listed. I'm sorry, did you ask for what's for sale or what's left?
Yeah, what's for sale at the moment?
Yep. So what I do is I go to listed. I do this like 5 times a day. I go to listed, and then I go see where I put listed over here. Go down to parallel. This is really important, parallel. And then I just type in Aqua or click Aqua. And then I look over here, and it's going to do it. And there's all the Aquas for sale. And it's done from low to high. And that's everyone. And that's how I buy my stuff. So I do it on a lot of different ones. Like the other day I went through every single year in sport to be able to find ones that were 25 and lower, so I could then think about bringing them up when we're able to do that, so I could get the physical cards and then get them graded and then sell some and keep some. So that's what I did.
All right, Hawkwin. And we'll get back to questions. Oh, Porglet. He has won the 2500 BPX. So thank you everybody who did it. And most importantly is that I want to, Porglet, you're not even in the Radish Discord. I can't tag you there. But I appreciate you being here, Porglet, supporting the community. Glad we could give away the 2500 BPX. And big thanks to Big Rob, BRFTW, Big Rob for the win, which is Rob, your giveaway tool went great. And actually, for those of you who are on stage, this is the first time we were trying it live. I know it took a while to get the, we got to train people to go to that website, bookmark it, you can get to it. Once you guys got there, good to know. We need to give you a word because it says what word to give. That was our fault. That's not Rob's tool at all. But was there technical issues for anyone? Anyone have any issues using that giveaway?
I thought it was really smooth, and it refreshes after each round and everything, so it worked really well.
Good.
Awesome. All right, perfect. Thanks, guys. All right, so we are ready to go, and let's see. We've got in this round, the championship round. I've got Joe Surfstoke in the upper left. We've got B-Town Vermont, who's here on stage, in the upper right. Then we've got Giant Crusher, who are you still here on stage?
Yeah, I'm here.
And then we've got Jammer, who Kelly down there, and he's on stage. So we've got 3 of 4. And Joe, Joe, you are here. You just don't have your camera on. You with us?
Yes, I am.
Stop. Joe, you there?
I'm here.
Awesome. All right. So one of the other things that we do, and Hawkwin's never done it, but I used to do it all the time, is I like creating betting pools in the Radish Digital website where you can buy stuff. I like creating betting pools where you can bet BPX on who wins. But we're not going to bet anything this time, but just for fun, is that what are people thinking? And you got to not be in it. So let's see if you can't vote for yourself. So Hawkwin, who's going to win this?
100% guaranteed, or I will give someone something that's really not worth much. Giant Crusher.
All right, Troy's card. Troy's card check.
I picked Jammer from the beginning.
Really? Oh my gosh. All right, B-Town Vermont. You can pick yourself if you want.
Well, I got to go with the Vermont ties, so yeah.
All right, and Mass Martyr, who are you going with here? Giant Crusher, Jammer, B-Town Vermont, or Joe Surfstoke?
I got to go with Giant Crusher. It's all in the know.
Yeah. All right, Deadly Ice. Deadly Ice, who are you saying? All right.
I'm going for Giant Crusher too.
All right, Giant Crusher, you're gonna pick yourself, aren't you?
Yeah, sure.
All right, Jammer. Jammer, who you going with?
Yeah, I gotta stick with me.
Yeah, I love it. Hey, that's not Midwest nice. That's not Midwest nice, Jammer.
No, it's not.
All right, good luck, everybody. Oh,
You'll have to do it.
All right, I got it all set to
Make
rares.
sure you did it at least once today.
All right, good luck, everyone.
Good luck.
All right, let's go. Good luck, guys.
Good luck, guys.
Oh, insert.
Ooh, inserts.
Bullseye, the zone, and bullseye. Guess what those are? Tied. Ooh, but on card 8 and 3.
Yes. Yeah. Wait, that's great.
Man.
The 2 winners are double what the 2 lows are. So we'll see how that goes. Ooh, man, look at that.
Yikes.
Hey, and just want to thank everybody for doing this. One of the things, like, I know, you know what's really crazy? I went to my kid's a big Bills fan, and we went to see the Bills play the Patriots last game of the season. Right? It was a throwaway game, and when you go to the Patriots Stadium, they pay you $50 to park for 75 minutes. You don't pay for parking, and they pay you $50. And I was talking to the guy at the lot, and I'm sure they made a deal with the local town, right? They don't want everybody on the road at the same time. So I asked one of the guys working. I said, "Hey, how's this work?" I go, "So you stop them from leaving?" And he goes, "I don't get paid enough to stop anyone. Anybody wants to leave, they can." So you literally get paid $50. You park right next to the people who are barreling out of there. No workers stopping you. And my point is, I was raised to believe if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Well, guess what? I hope you guys had a good time tonight. I felt bad contacting some of you I didn't know that well because you're like, oh, this has got to be a scam. This dude just wants to give me things, and it like doesn't cost anything. So we really do it because it's a great community, and I'm so stoked that Joe Surf made it in here. Is that honestly there was one spot at the end. I went in, I looked in the community, and Joe, I just saw your excitement and you were thanking people, and Galileo helped you with your Apex decks, and I'm like, that's the type of person that we love seeing. So and here Joe got in an hour before the end, and he possibly might walk away with 2.5 boxes. So anyway, I just want to thank all you guys for coming on stage and everybody out there in the audience who's watching, like Porglet and others who aren't even in this. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. It's really cool. I really enjoyed this tonight. This was really interesting. I had no idea this was going on.
I'm out already.
I changed my pick. I'm going to go with a jammer. Wow, sorry, Giant Crusher. That was the worst box yet.
That's all right. I got a good first box, I guess.
Yeah, you did. You had the best box.
Yeah. Well, and the good thing is you're not winning this, so it doesn't matter to you.
Right.
Blue.
Jeez.
Oh my God. Blue
But
wins.
look at Jammer. Look at his point totals. I mean his card totals.
Oh yeah, you're right. 16.
Yep. Yeah, there's Giant Crusher crushing nothing with no cards, and meanwhile Jammer over there's jamming it to him. Oh my gosh! All right, come on, let's give a black or gold.
Black or gold.
Come on, black. Come
oh
on.
My God, out already. Oh,
Yes.
Jammer's looking good with his number.
Yes,
it's tied. We still have B-Town, but just someone's going to get tied B-Town with the next one.
So one thing what we do when it's tied, what we do is we go into the collection if we can't remember off the top of our head, and what we'll do is it's whoever has a gold ticket, they would win. Whoever has a black, a gold, we keep going down. And if you have two like reds each, then we go to the next one and so forth. So that would happen if we end up with a tie.
There's the Aqua, which is, oh my God, they tied.
Yeah, a three-way tie right now. Can you mention,
Joe? That's not good for you. Actually, you need to get your own points.
Yes, he needs to win. He needs to have another card, and he needs to win it here. All right, good luck, everyone.
A gold card would get you 2. I mean,
oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Oh my God! Joe won it. Oh my God! Wow!
I never win anything.
Oh my gosh!
Congrats, man.
Whoa!
Congrats, Joe.
Congrats.
Oh,
It was a lot of fun. Wow, this was so cool.
That was awesome.
That was good.
Jammer, poor Jammer is like you. I mean, you had so many cards left. You're like
Jammer beats me at everything on Boba, so Jammer beats everybody on Boba, so no worries from him.
I practiced.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
All right. Well, so congratulations to congratulations to Joe. Joe, you're going to receive the 50 we ripped for you earlier, plus all 200 you just saw on this one. Everybody else, you're going to get the 50 that you ripped earlier. So we appreciate you guys doing this. A couple final words at Radish Digital, just so we said at the beginning, but we just as a reminder, Radish Digital, it's not BlockPacks. We've been around in the community for 3 years. We're the official media partner of BlockPacks. BlockPacks is the company behind Wonders of the First, behind Bo Battle Arena, behind the Home Team Heroes. So we do a lot of things with them, including things like this community battle break, just to educate people, give them a fun place to check it out. I think, for a lot of people, digital cards were kind of verboten. But what's great about this and why we love this company, they've never been, the cash grab, quick company. Like they do digital cards, and like what's brilliant now is they're going to make you have a choice, right? Like, do you print the card or do you keep it as digital? But they're giving you the option for the digital or physical. So they're always doing stuff different. And Hawkwind's going to hate it when I say this. One of the first thing I did with this company over 3 years ago was They had a Michael Jordan card that was like $20,000, and this is where I was like, wow, I love how this guy thinks. I can't afford a $20,000 Michael Jordan card, so what he did is he fractionalized it, and he sold each share for $5, and he limited everybody to 100 shares. So you couldn't spend more than $500, and he said, I'm going to put this Michael Jordan for sale for $50,000, or I'm going to sell it on August 1st, 2030, for instance. I'm just I don't remember the exact dates and numbers, but that's generally we co-own a very expensive physical card, and then what he says is we put a high sale price on it, and it's for a certain amount of time, and if it doesn't sell, we'll sell it in 5 or 10 years or whatever. And I thought it was great because he used NFTs to represent your ownership in that. So Jeff is very much about using digital to represent the physical. He's not about digital for digital's sake. He's that guy, like everybody said physical is dead, it's all about digital. Frenchie is that conduit from the physical to the digital world, right? Where both are going to exist, and he does that better than anyone. So
let me put it this way: it's digital. It's a digital world with real world. Let me see. I can do this. Digital world with real world assets. That's what it is, if you think about it, and that's what it boils down to. And the HTH by printing cards was the last part of that, which actually tied in the digital with real world assets, and the other ones have it too. So I think that's a great way to look at it and a great way to do it, because you can leave the digital tokens on the marketplace and sell those and transfer those and vault those, or you can redeem them and get your physical, right? And we see that in Wonders coming up, and we'll see it in Boba and so on. So just want to throw that out. That summarizes it much better than Slappy White going on.
So B-Town, did you have any questions?
Well, I wanted to learn more about the snap, I guess.
All right, we'll get to that in 1 second. I'll just see if anybody else has any quick questions. Deadly, I don't know if you're back. Did you have any questions?
Oh, yeah, sorry. 40 years. Period. Well,
all right. Stop it, Hawkman. Joe, did you have any questions?
So what other like real world applications do you use with this digital assets? Like the fantasy sports, is that I mean, this is now interesting to me because I understand like what's going on but how else can you use these cards? Like
actually, that question is, Joe, I hope you can stick around. That one will come out after B-Town Vermont's Snap games, because the Snap we can answer quicker. That one, we're glad to, if you have time, we'll answer that question. But that is, we can go on for 2 hours about that. We won't, but that one will take a little bit longer than the Snap game. So hold on, Joe, and we'll come right back to that. You're going to be right behind B-Town Snap game. So Chris, Giant Crusher, did you have any questions?
So when you do, I seen where it says if you redeem your card, you have to give something to block packs, like the digital permission. I don't know.
You're talking about to trade it in for a physical card.
Yeah. So what happens once you trade it in for a physical card? Does your digital version go away?
Yeah, they burn it. They literally destroy it.
Okay.
Yep.
So what does that mean? That means that there's actually less digital in the world. So if it was, let's say it was 1 out of 25 and you give it to them to get the physical, well, in the digital world, there's now only 24.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting.
Which is exciting, because if you have 10 gold and 5 people redeem it for physical, what's awesome is now you have 1 out of 5 physical and 1 out of 5 digital. So it essentially starts playing with those. Any other questions, Chris?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah, and by the way, you guys, when I'm asking these questions, feel free to, cut in, ask more questions. I just want to get any pressing questions now before we answer the longer questions. And Kelly, any questions for you?
No, I'm good. I'm just taking in what everybody's asking and what you guys are putting out, and it's good. I think it's great.
All right, awesome.
I like it.
Yeah, thanks for being here. And Mass Martyr, did you have any questions before we talk about Snap games and real world implications? About which I am going to talk about the geek dinner, Hawkwind. I am going to go down that rabbit hole. That to me is the best benefit. But anyway, Mass Martyr, did you have any questions?
The only one I had was as far as winning the BPX giveaway. I don't know what I need to do to receive it.
Wait, about winning the. Oh, he was
The
at
2,500. The 2,500.
Yep. Is that what your block packs? That is your block packs marketplace name, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So it was hard for me to hear, Chris, but that was answered.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that answers everybody on the stage. So let's go back to B-Town, Vermont. He wanted to know more about
So
the
wait,
snap
let's
game.
answer Matt's monitor. You might not have heard it. We need your we needed your block packs market name. If you have that, and then that allows us to transfer the BPX to you. So you're all set.
Okay. I didn't know if I had to do anything or give you guys any kind of specific information.
Just that what you just said is good.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. And we should be good because they should have, again, is with Rob's system, only requiring block packs IDs. We should be good because everybody who won, I know what their block packs ID is already. All right, going on to the snap games. So what happened first is you guys might have heard about the Raz games, and actually, Hawkwind did. Yeah, that's no problem, Chris, and we can take you off mute. Like that's fine. It's just there's some background noise. So you're off now, but just if it gets a little bit noise, we'll take you off. So block pack started with the Raz games, and Hawkwind was telling me, so he's the type of person who spoon feeds you information. I'm the type of person who gives you the fire hose, because I'm like, in 5 months, when you found out I didn't tell you about what was happening in a month, you're going to say, why didn't you tell me about that? Because you wish you had been a part of it. Hawkwind's like, I know it's too much and it'll overwhelm you, so I'm not going to do it. So I blame him. But in these Raz games, what they would do is you'd spend a couple $100 and they'd give you these Raz tokens, and it was sweepstakes. It wasn't like a lottery, it was sweepstakes. And so there were 2,048 chances. So say they had, a Ken Griffey card, and it's funny, they would have hockey, football, baseball, soccer, everything. But Frenchie tells a funny story. He's not a hockey fan. He goes, he always had a Gretzky. Like whenever they were putting together the portfolio, he's like, throw in a Gretzky, because like that's the only hockey player he knew. There was always a Gretzky. There were so many Ken Griffeys. Like they love Ken Griffey at block packs, always Ken Griffey. But say there was a Ken Griffey card worth $2,048. So what would happen is, Hawkwind spends $300, I spend $300, you guys spend $300, and then they take these tokens where they figure out how much money was spent, and then they have to figure out, okay, that's enough for this many cards, and then they give 2,048. They give 2,048 Raz tokens for each card, and so say a card is worth 2,048. If I have one and you have one, in theory, it's worth $1, right? It's not really, because only one person's going to win the card. But at this point, 2,048 of them exist. They're each worth $1. So what's great about block packs, and the reason why you guys see like the community kind of, most people, and I don't know, maybe it's changed and you guys don't see it this way. Most people think this is a really good community. The reason why it's a good community is it started under the Raz. People would buy and sell and trade all the time. In fact, one of the problems that Frenchie had is he wanted us to trade on something called OpenSea, and we wouldn't do it because we weren't buying and selling. I was DMing you, and we were sending stuff back and forth. There's actually a $40,000 object in this community that was traded, and it was a trustless trade, meaning they sent it over before they got the $40,000 back. Two people who don't know each other in real life, but they know each other over a couple of years in here. So this Raz game, we kind of weeded out the people who didn't fit, because if you're not going to be, our personalities are very different. So we're not all alike, but if you're going to be a jerk, you're not going to end up trading. So what happened with these 2,048 tokens is they had something called the Thanos snap. And so what would happen is, and they experimented. Sometimes they do multiple snaps a day. Sometimes it was one snap a day. So the 2,048 would go to 1,024. So whether you bought or sold, you might hold on. And like what would happen is they would snap it and it would go down to 1,024. So now remember, I told you it was a card worth 2,048. Now your token, if it's still alive, is worth $2, right? But at that point, nobody's buying or selling. Nobody's selling. People are kind of accumulating, trying to target one. And so what ends up happening is it goes from 1,024, and then it goes down to 512, then it goes to 256, and then 128, and then 64, and it goes halves every time. When you start getting down to 64, probably 32. When you get down to 32, then it's real money. We had some cards worth $20,000. So when you were down to, say, 4 tokens left, and it was a $20,000 card, I think the highest they ever got, because it's sweepstakes laws, they can't go over 50,000. I think we had a couple $40,000 cards. But so regardless, we had some big ones. So you have 4 tokens left. You're sitting on a token. You have a 1 in 4 chance to win a $40,000 card, and it's worth 10,000. But if you lose, it's not worth anything. So then it became this game of, well, how much are you going to offer that person, for it, and how much would you take if your shares were 10,000? Would you sell it for 5,000? Would you sell it for 2,000? I mean, that's guaranteed. So that's how the Raz game used to be. It lasted for a long time, I think a year, but so it really wasn't money. It was hard on money for block packs. Like, they were losing money on it. It wasn't a winner. And the other thing that Frenchie just didn't like is he doesn't like that system because it takes from people. You have something and then it's gone. So that's where we enter the next version of Raz games, the Snap games. And they said, we're going to give you commons. And then what we're going to say is all the Labos Origins, there's going to be 1 physical card for Labos Origin. There's going to be 1 card for Labos Fire. And everybody who's got the common card for Labos Origin, of everybody who has it, 256 people within that are going to get a Labos Purple Shatter. And then, and so instead of something being taken away from you, you're given something and you're surprised, oh, I have something. And then 25% of those then end up turning into the next level, and then 25. So it's not 50, 50, 50, it's 25, 25, 25%. And instead of building you down, it's going up. And so that's the system that we've had. And so you got 2 things. One is you had a full rainbow shatter. It's called a rainbow shatter, where you have 1 of every color. And so if you won the card, you had a rainbow shatter that's worth money. It's worth points, which turn into BPX. It's a collectible item, and you got the physical card. And so that's what we've been doing. And this basketball drop that you guys just got these 50 cards for, that Snap game is in effect. But there's the new Snap games that are in effect that they're actually just rolling out. And this is where, if Hawkwind's memory is good, but I will tag you guys in Radish Discord on Around the Block, the show we do every week, the news show about all the things going on in block packs. We talked about the new Snap games. And I'm not going to speak from memory, but basically, it's not like the old days where you had to rip your... I think you don't have to rip your packs. I think you can rip your packs later. Because the other thing is, these packs for the old way, if these were not ripped by March 10th, that Monday or whatever that day is you would not be eligible for the Snap games. You couldn't rip these after and then win anything. It's over with. They just look at what's been ripped and they assign the shatters based on that. So there's going to be a couple changes. And one of the things is they're even doing something where multiple people can win the same card. So they're actually going to be putting cards into this that they can get multiple copies of. And if more than 4 people win a card, they're going to actually offer cash to people if they run out of cards. So they're really switching it up. And these basketball cards you guys have, this is the only time both versions are going to be operating. They've never done this before, where they run 2 things concurrently. And then they're testing it out. And then next time they're just going to go with the new way. But so your 50 cards, your common, you're going to look. And if you go into the Block Packs Discord, actually right now on your computer, you go to Block Packs Discord and you'll see schedule up near the top. And the last post is going to show when the games are going to happen. And I'm looking right now, and if I look at schedule, it's under the information category, and it says Snap Game Schedule, Basketball Drop 2. Round 1 Purple, March 10th at 2 p.m. It's going to be your local time. March 10th, 2 p.m. Eastern, and then 2 days later. So the other thing is, say you're targeting a card, and so the prize list is there. So that's the other thing, right? That's what we want to talk about, is like, what is the prize list? And are you going to click on it, Hawkwind, so we can see the prize list?
Yep.
And so one of the things that you can do is you guys can go in the Block Packs Marketplace. You can pick up purple shatters, right? Because there's only 256 of them. Now, only 25% are going to turn in the next one. But if you want to gamble, go buy the purple shatters. If you buy the commons, they're not guaranteed to turn into shatters. At least you know with purple shatters, you have a 25% chance of moving on to the next round. All right.
Where is it at, the actual?
It was right there underneath, but I can do it, Hawkwind. Here, let me share my screen. I got it. It already up. So here's the prize list, is that you can see basketball. Can everybody see my screen? Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Basketball drop 2. And let's see the prize list. So you can see the Bojack's Biohazard. That's a 2018 Bowman Chrome Shohei Ohtani. PSA 10. Showy. I said Shohei. All right, so no, I did. I'm trying to think through here, but you can see these are all. If they have, I'm trying to think of how many heroes. So I'll be honest, guys. When they first started Home Team Heroes, they did one drop every sport. So like baseball, the first year was 25. Then they slowly expanded it to 45 heroes in each sport. They were doing 3 drops. Well, now they're back to 2 drops. So I think they're doing about 20 heroes a drop. So if they're doing 20 heroes, and remember, there's Jesus, I can't. Origin, fire, ice, steel, or fire, ice, titanium. All right, 6. So there's 6 times 20 heroes. So there's 120 cards here, like that 87 Fleer Jordan, PSA 8. You can see that right there. These are all cards that are going to be given away from the Snap games. Did anybody want to see anything on the prize list, or any question about the schedule, the prize list?
Yeah, let's field questions because that was a lot.
Yeah.
So the cards that we just got, like, because we already have them, we're already in the running for this, or do we have to do something with that?
No, the cards are ripped. That's the beautiful part. All you have to do are rip the cards from the box. Once they're ripped, you literally, people will wake up one day or happen to go back to their account, and all of a sudden they see a physical card, and I'm going to show you in a second some of the ones I've won. Because I'll be honest, I'm not as much of a fan of this new way of doing it. I actually I like the old way where we would trade and swap and we go, and like me and a couple buddies, we used to group together. I'm not a big whale, and so my whole thing is if you get with other people, you can kind of mimic a big whale, because there were people who were always going after those $20,000 cards. Like we couldn't do that. But the rule I always had with my my cabal is, sometimes they felt like my offer is too generous to the other person. When we got down to a coin flip and it was us and one other person for, like, there was oh my God, I wish I could afford to get it. There was the Rodman Jordan signed card that I loved. It was like, I think it was a $4,000 card. And, we did end up winning that one. But when we made the offer to the other person, right? So each share is $2,000 each. My feeling was make them an offer that you would be willing to take. My whole thing is don't offer somebody you're not willing to take yourself. So you wouldn't offer them $2,000, right? Because that's giving them a fair share, and you're taking their risk away. So we'd offer them like $1,500 for their share of a $4,000 card. I miss that, negotiating that back and forth. And the other thing is, some people in the community would be like, that's an $8,000 card. Other people would be like, that's an $800 card. So there was this, you got to know people's personalities. There was this back and forth. And I'll be honest, with these new shatters, I like them, I like getting them, but I don't really do any trading to get it. And actually, these are mine right here, and like I'm the type who I go in and I look, and all of a sudden I see I've got these cards, and I'm like, oh, I won these. So right here you can see this Mickey Mantle. This is one of the shatter wins that I had. These 2 Michael Jordans, these are both shatter wins. I just I opened up and surprise, surprise, they're there.
So
now, are those actually physical cards, or
those are physical cards? So that's a great point to bring up about vaulting. Hawkwind and they just changed it today, but just talk about vaulting as it has been, so we don't have to complicate it.
I'll make this really simple. Vaulting, those are digital tokens, and they represent the physical cards. So I mentioned real world assets. So that's a real world asset that's behind that. And they have it in a vault. Literally, I've seen their safes, and they have it in a vault at their office. They have multiple vaults, and probably not just at their office, at some secure bank. And they literally, if you send it in, they'll send you the actual card. But that allows you to vault it there under insurance on their part, and it also allows you to do things like sell it, trade it, with a digital aspect, which is a lot easier to do. That's where you're seeing the beauty of the digital world and the physical world. So he's just keeping it there.
Now, is this something that we could send in our own physical cards and they could vault for us?
Yes. So they're talking about that in the future, but also there's also an auction. They do an auction, and they've done it in the past, and they're revamping it.
Hawkwind, just to stop you, it's not in the future. We can do it right now.
Yes, you're right.
So
yeah,
but it's it's a geek. So it's a geek benefit. And
I didn't know that was a geek one. I haven't
Yes.
done it in a long time.
Yeah, because an All-Star can do, I think the limits, and I don't have it right here. All-Star, and my Steelers is watching. By the way, my Steelers, thank you. He said it was 23 heroes in basketball drop 2, including Bo. And they split Bo's 6 weapons, 3 weapons for the first drop, 3 weapons for the second drop. So 22 heroes in drop 1, 22 heroes in drop 2, Bo in both. And I know my Steelers, who's a data man, he's going to correct us. But I think it's 1. You can vault 1 per month if you have an All-Star, 2 if you have a hero, and 5 if you have the legend. I could be confusing it with powering up your color pops, but I think they follow the similar lines.
It's 5-2-1, I think.
Yeah, Frenchie tries to stay to that, but this is one of the great benefits of it, right? Is that you can send it in. Now, we have to tell you guys, there was a big announcement today about how they're changing things. Is that they're actually going to put more benefits towards the geeks. They're going to start a small charge, because what's happening is people are using them just to store their cards. People are using it to send it to someone else, and it's kind of a clearinghouse. People are gaming the system, and I think Frenchie had Hawkwind, I think it's a bank vault that it used to be. It's humidity control and everything, but I think they actually have to get another. Talking about getting another unit. Yeah, because it's just they have so much. So they're taking small steps, but 2 things. One is the price that they're putting in is nothing crazy. It's very reasonable to cost. But the other big thing is, SubHub grading. He and I were talking, and he does a lot of cards, and he was saying the geek value. He was saying that the geek value alone was, I think he was saying $500. $500 based on the number of cards he's sending back and forth. Holding his geeks, he's not going to have to pay. So these cards that I have, now I will say this, when we talk about cost, if you win a card in these RAS games, that's already vaulted. It's already there. You're not going to get charged for it. They can keep it there forever. You can sell it to somebody in, Egypt, and you just send them the token, and you don't have to deal with the physical card at all. And that's what's nice about it. Now, what's going to change is that they've said when you go to redeem it, and here's what happens is that people have been like, oh, today send me this card, and then tomorrow, and they go ahead. They don't do it just once a week. People think that. They do it more often than that. But so today I say, send me 1 card. Tomorrow I tell them, hey, send me another card. And then the next day I say, send me another card. So what they're trying to do is, people will, 5 times in 15 days say, send me a card. And they're pricing it. So if you want 1 card, it's going to cost $10 to take it out of the vault and send it to you. But if you're up to a lot of cards, right, the price is really low.
Per card.
Per card. And what I should say is that in the announcements, and actually it wasn't a geek announcement, I don't think it wasn't a geek announcement. So I will say this is that the block packs vault shipping, and actually I can show you guys right here so you can see it.
Yeah, it's right there.
Is all right. So you can see right here is that the block packs vault shipping retrieval fee schedule. There's an announcement that goes with this. This is very dumbed down. There's a lot more detail to this. But see how it says Card Geek Hall of Fame members, free. Non-members, $14.95. And then it talks about the vault retrieval fee per card. And see, it says 1 through 5 is $8, but then you're up to 26 and it's $2. So they're, $8 per card is not, to have your card stored there is not a bad deal. But again, looking at the Card Geeks, at the end of the day, you want to have your Card Geeks. All right, so B-Town Vermont, you were asking about the Snap games, and then sorry, I squirreled away.
Let me add to the Snap game quick. So that's Scott or Slappy White's opinion. Mine's totally different on how to do the Snap games. I've done the Snap games since the beginning, and I have sold every single time and never have tried to win. And I made thousands of dollars doing it. So what I do is I ride them until it goes to a certain point, like 1 out of 64 is what I have, or 1 out of 32, and then I sell it to someone. Sometimes 1 to 16, and then I sell it. And that's where I make my money. I do it over and over every Snap game when they were doing it. So I do it very differently.
Yeah, Hawkwind told me the first time I played the Raz game, I didn't know what I was doing. I had a token for a Brady card, and I made it to the final four. I'd never played this before. I was one of four. Somebody's offering me $250 for I think it was a $2,000 card, and they were offering me basically 50 cents on the dollar, 250, and I was like, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, well, I might rent a Brady card. I have a 1 in 4 chance. And looking back now, I would have tracked the person down and made a deal with the other 3 people, but yeah, I had no idea. But I will say what Hawkwind doesn't have and I have, and it is a source of pride. If you go into the Block Packs Discord and look at my name, I am in the Geek Winner Circle, which they no longer do. But it was so hard to win one of these cards. Use special badge in Discord. So I will take that Hawkwind over selling every time.
Whatever.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on the Snap games though, Hawkwind, before we ask if there are any questions about it? Because I do want to mention Geeks, and then Joe had a bigger question about, but we'll get to him first.
Let's answer it really easy for you, because like Scott said, Sloppy White said, he goes in detail. You asked, do we need to do anything for the Snap games? The answer is no, you don't have to do a thing. It was all done tonight. And so what we're going to do is we're going to transfer the actual cards to you guys, but it does take a little bit. It might be 1 or 2 days till you get them. So don't freak out if you don't get them right away. We actually have to do it manually. So that's what sucks a little bit on the back end. So you will see them coming into your accounts in the next couple days. So that's the end of that.
All right. Vermont, does that answer your question, or did that just give you more?
Yeah, no, that's really cool. And this has been really awesome, guys, and really appreciate you bringing us all into the fold and getting us up to speed somewhat. It's a lot to learn, and this is just part of it, but I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, you guys.
Yeah, no problem. My favorite quote from B-Town was somewhat. Because that's truthful. I'm positive, but yeah, somewhat, because it is a lot. Pick and choose what you want to delve into deeper, at least for the moment.
By the way, there was one question Deadly Ice had. He had a question about the color pops. You mentioned snapshots. Are those a one-time thing, or do they snapshot them every season so can be used when the next season starts, or only for the current? So they've snapshot. It's amazing. We've been going for so long, but we only have the original baseball and football season. They snapshot it a year ago. And so what happens is when you build sets and rainbows, all these cards, right? You guys will build sets and rainbows. And then what'll happen, like this basketball, sometime this summer, like July, they will take a snapshot of all the sets and rainbows you built and how many points it's worth. And then they'll come up with a formula, say like for every 60 points you get 1 BPX. They will give you something that goes inside your Block Packs account. And actually, you want to know something? Is I can show you real quick, is that I'll show you what the drip is that they will give you, let's see, hold on. So let's see, if I go here to my drip, is that you can see right here. So this is how much I'm getting every day, 3,000. I can come in here and I can do, so I have 6,000 claimable, and I'm going to go ahead and claim that right now. And you can see that I have 260, and it's going to drop down to 210. Yep. And so you can see my basketball 23. So not this year, but last year, I earned 112,000. Well, that's what's remaining. So about 224,000. Football color pops, just color pops alone. You know, look at it, it's almost over. So I had, actually, I didn't notice that when you go there. Total claimed 118,000. Total amounts 130,000. My baseball color pops were 485,000. And then this is the trophy case, which is, this also gives you 241,000 points. So these are all the points. This is really, yeah, I know, Hawkwind, as soon as I'm saying it, I should stop saying it. So the color pops, getting back to the question that Deadly Ice have, is that if you have a basketball color pop, well, 3 people did tonight. You have that basketball color pop. You're going to earn points based on how the athlete does on July 1st, somewhere around there. Block Packs is going to look at your wallet, take a snapshot. They're going to give you a certain amount of BPX, but they're going to do it like you just saw in my wallet. They're going to say you get 10,000 BPX. and you can claim it every single day. So they're going to take 10,000 divided by 365. So what's hard is the season's going on now. The snapshot's going to happen after the season. And then a couple weeks after the snapshot, pretty quick after, they give you a drip that lasts a year. So the one thing you got to remember when you build these sets of rainbows, there's no quick turnaround. You're looking at 18 months. You won't be fully paid for these sets and rainbows for 18 months from when you do it. So, I mean, it's not stupid. I mean, Frenchie's a smart guy, right? What if you're he's keeping you in the ecosystem, right? It's 18 months you have to stay in this thing. And it just, it's cyclical and keeps you in. But like, look at that dashboard. It's a pretty dashboard, right? You want to do it. So the other thing is, do these color pops matter after the first season? So one thing to remember about block packs, Bow Battle Arena, whatever they say is happening, never count on it to happen again. It's never for the worst. They never take away all the great benefits, and you're like, well, this is a sucky product. It'll just be different. So after the first season of baseball, they took a snapshot last April, and you saw my baseballs almost all paid out. They said next year we're going to do another snapshot on your original baseball from 2023, and we're going to give you like 20 cents on the dollar. We'll give you 20% for it. So as far as we know, I think they mentioned they weren't going to do it a third year, but will they do a third year? I mean, who knows? Will they do that for basketball? So generally speaking, they don't have value beyond the first season. I mean, they did this time for the second, but there's no guarantees. The other thing is, I think Hawkwind addressed it during the show. If you have a color pop and it's from a season two years ago, as soon as you rip it, you can just get all that BPX. It's sitting there waiting for you. Whereas the golds that you hit, the reds, you can't build sets or rainbows after the snapshot. It's over with. They're just collectibles at that point. So the color pops are really the only thing of value after the season snapshot has taken place.
That's a good point. Let me show you a difference between my drip versus sloppy whites. You saw sloppy whites. Look at the difference between the two. I haven't hardly anything at all. And I've been doing this since day one, like before. I'm one of the original, I don't know, a little over the first 100 in Block Packs community. So when you actually say, are you missing out? Like, I'm not here day one. Dude, it doesn't, like in this area, that doesn't matter. You don't have to be like Slappy White and still do well. So I just want to show you, like, not everybody's all like Slappy. I don't like to sell stuff.
All right. Well, that was Deadly Ice's. That's Deadly Ice's question. But Joe, who's been patient, Joe, do you want to repeat your question about physical benefits, or how did you phrase it again? And I'll let Hawkwind tackle it.
Oh, just the physical assets are real world applications. So you also mentioned something about a fantasy portion that are tied to this.
Yeah, there's the pick six.
The fantasy portion, he might be meaning the color pop itself. That is basically operates. There's two things, Hawkwind. But mention the pick six, because we didn't even mention that. That is a geek benefit only though right now.
The reason
by the way, thanks B-Town. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. The reason I'm hesitating is I've got to go upstairs to the wife.
Okay. If you can come. All right.
A long one.
Okay.
So I just wanted to mention one thing before I leave, because Scott Slappy will be here. You guys said you're all boba fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I thought I'd show you something real quick. This is
nobody needs to see those chicken legs, Chris.
Oh my God, they're massive.
Yeah.
So we have geez.
By the way, Hawkwind didn't say it tonight, but he and I went to college together, so we've known each other 30 years.
Nice.
Oh, wait, I'm not done.
I know it looks like I should be his son, but really we're the same age.
Oh my God, it's so heavy. Oh. So,
wow.
So we're going to break these and give them away in our community battle breaks.
Well, where'd you go?
There we are. So when we did our community battle breaks, the full version, we actually give away the grand prize winner actually of the battle break, that we played tonight, but the full version where people pay to get in, we actually gave away, the winner wins this. Or they get to choose if they want a Wonders Dragon Box. So the last person won this, and we're going to open it live. Actually, we're just figuring out a time with them. They're on vacation, but we still have one of these that we're going to open in a break. You know what these are?
Jumbo.
And then this is a whole case of hobby that we haven't opened quite yet. And this is a case of the booster, which people are enjoying. So
You're
I
going to
just
get in
want to
trouble with
mention,
your wife. You're going to get in trouble with your wife.
I know. Now, I just want to mention two things. One is if you like this, we actually do usually weekly. We're a little bit off because of vacations and the tournament for Boba. But this is we've been doing this as a grand prize for the winner. And then we're also going to do some breaks coming up too. And Slappy, really quick, why don't you explain how we're going to be doing the breaks in the future? And I mention it because it really falls in line with what we did tonight.
Oh, you mean the community battle breaks?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, just the way we do community battle. And by the way, it's he didn't say Hawkwind would I know he's not that type of I almost don't want to talk about it. Honestly, guys, it'd be great if you want to be in the community battle breaks, but it would be bad if we didn't mention that's not why you're here. But if you want to get in the community battle breaks, actually the reason why Gen Con, Zarek, and BF Johnson and my Steelers were here is because they're actually in the regular break and we pushed them back because of this tonight. We want to get these cards out to you. But what we did is we used to do it where it was $125 and you get one box. So you could get it on the BlockPack site for about $100. And so we charge a premium, but we give all these things away. We give away to the winner, right? It's either the Dragon Box or the Hobby Box of Bo. But then we also give the unrevealed football color pop, the unrevealed Wonders slab. We give away one out of the 3 people who don't advance to the championship. We give them, I think we did 10,000 BPX. They get that. So we pack it up. We get a lot of stuff. People are freaking hitting these things. And the one feedback we got from SubHub was a big proponent of this. He said 100 cards isn't enough. You guys saw in that one box that Chris, you got at the end. I mean, you had one card and 50. So SubHub said, there were a couple people they had a box of 100, and it doesn't happen often. But when it does, it's not fun if you get 2 colors out of 100 and everybody is still ripping, for 20 times. So that's why we decided to go to. We used to be 1 box, but now we do 2 boxes. And so what's nice is you're guaranteed to get 200 cards, whether you win or lose. But then the other thing is we give away so many prizes. Last time, I think, Hawkwind.
Yeah, this is why.
Of the 16 people who were in it, I think the only person who was in the battle who didn't win a prize was actually me and my friends who are part of the Radish Cabal. We were the only ones who didn't win anything. Everybody else on stage won something, or who was in the battle won something. We give away thousands of dollars in the breaks that we do. And we do it for the community too. That's the thing is we have equal giveaways for the community, because we don't want, if we did this break and there were 16 people in here and everybody bought in, we're not running these things for a high profit. We're running these things because we're trying to build a community, get people excited.
I wanted to just say this real quick. The reason I brought it up was not to sell to you guys at all. The reason I brought it up is to be able to say, we just watch them. You know how the audience got 10,000 BPX? Well, on the main ones that we do, 40,000 BPX is given to the people that watch. We actually give a Wonders pre-slab unrevealed, and we reveal it. We give away a color pop that we reveal, all to the audience members watching.
Oh my gosh! Wait, hold on. Tell him what. So SubHub grading. I don't know if you guys have seen him in the Bo Battle Arena. We gave away a unrevealed football color pop. Just said, okay, we're gonna give it away to somebody in the audience, like we did tonight. He hit a 10x football player, 10x worth millions of points, and it was a 10x. And the best part is Gen Con before that, Gen Con hit a 4x right before that. And then I'm thinking SubHub must hate going now, because he's like, I wish I went first because Gen Con just hit a 4x. And then he rips a 10x. We talked about those 2 color pops we hit at the beginning tonight. And there was a guy in our community. I don't know how many of you have been around long. Alpha Trilogy. It's right after he passed away.
I gotta go. Wife is actually saying stuff. Sorry, guys.
Thanks, Hawkwind.
Thanks, Bob. Nice meeting you.
Thanks,
Nice
Hawkwind.
seeing everyone here. I really appreciate it. I'll be back.
But when Alpha Trilogy, when he passed away, we were doing it. It was our first break after he passed away, and it's like I gotta believe he was looking down on us because it was insane the stuff we were hitting that time. You never hit a 4 and a 10x, and so the way the color pops work is each hero has 99, and 2x there's a bunch of them. 3x there's I don't have the numbers in front of me. Freaking my Steelers is gonna know this off the top of his head, but there's one 10x, there's one 5x. And I think there's a couple 4x and then 3x. So to hit a 4x or whatever Jen got on 10x is just, and the way it works is, actually I know, because there's 99 color pops of each hero. And so I think 89 are 1x. And then the last 10 make up the 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, and 10x. So your chances of getting a multiplier are 1 in 10. In fact, that's why Yo-Yo, who's watching this right now, he was really upset. Yo-Yo went heavy on basketball, and he ended up with 30 color pops in what he ripped. So in theory, he should have hit 3 multipliers. He didn't hit a single multiplier and 30 color pops. He was not happy. But you should average 1 every 10. So, all right, Joe, what did you? But so anyway, the community battle breaks. Yeah, we do that, and we're gonna do another one coming up. Oh, and the ones we're doing right now, we're doing football drop 2. Why are we doing football drop 2? You heard about the basketball best ballers. So they did the buyback best baller program for football. That was the first time they did it. All 3 of them, the best quarterback, best rookie, and best flex player. I think that's what it was. But all 3 of them happen to be in drop 2. There's 3 football drops. All 3 of those are in drop 2. So like I mentioned, Gen Con, she hit black 1 of 1 that was worth, well, no, that was just a black. So that was, I think she got shrouded. That was worth 500. But the reason why we do drop 2 football is because the aquas are $5, the blues are 20, the reds are 50, golds are 100. So it's like boom, boom, boom. Like GT hit probably like $250 in one of them just in buybacks. He was one of the best. I don't want you to think everybody does it, but the reason why we use football drop 2 is you have a chance to hit all these buybacks. And I think there's still a bow black 1 of 1 that's $10,000 that's still sitting out there for that one. There's $5,000 and $10,000 on the different black 1 of 1s. I don't have it here in front of me. I've got it on my other sheet. All right, well, Joe, you've been patient. So, Joe, let's get back to Hawkwind got me off talking about the community battle breaks. But what was your question? Oh, and Joe's. All right. Sorry, I let you in, Tech Super. Tex, you don't need the green screen. We're not using green screen.
I'm not
tonight.
putting it down.
All right. Well, so the only thing that Joe was talking about what are the physical benefits of the digital stuff? So the digital stuff, I will say, and that's why, when Bow Battle Arena first took off, I was a little bit hesitant to really talk about the digital with the physical people, because there's some people like, going into Tops people hate, like Tops NFTs did digital cards, and a lot of physical people hated them. And so, not to hide it, but if people don't like something, I don't want to rub it in their face, but the people who got into Bow Battle Arena and they just love the artwork. So if you love the artwork, why would you not love the digital part, right? The artwork's there. And in fact, there's more artwork, there's more heroes, there's more weapons. And the other thing is, you guys are collectors, right? Don't you want to go back and get so 2023 is the first showtime. It's not, so this Bow Battle Arena that you have, first of all, the Bow Battle collection is a Bow Battle collection. That is different. But if you can go back, and by the way, I will let you know, B-Jamps and other people, you go look in the marketplace at Block Packs for 2023 baseball comments, you won't find them listed because people are going back and buying them. Because if Showtime's going to take off in Bow Battle Arena, guess where it's also going to be valuable? As a printable back in the digital 2023. You can go get his first appearance ever as a home team hero and print it. And that'll be 2 years before it ever appeared in the Bow collection. So when it comes to what value do they have, this digital collection is you can print it. That's going to be the first one. But really the most important thing I think for you guys to focus on is that you want to focus on the Block Packs Discord, and from there everything grows out. Wonders grows out, and Bow Battle Arena grows out, and that's where you learn about everything. And I just want to say, I don't presume anybody's financial wherewithal, but if you can afford to get a geek, just get a geek. There's a channel in the Block Packs Discord you can only access if you have a geek. You get certain geek announcements. You find out what's going on. For those who don't know, We were given a chance to buy Bow Battle Arena before anyone else. Now, a lot of people look at that and say, like, that's not fair. But back in that day, you know, some people I know, like Tex, you bought freaking what, 2 of everything. You spent like $3,000, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it was quite that much, but yeah, I spent a fair amount, probably more than I should have.
Yeah, most people were around like most people were like 1,000, and they said, "Yeah, I'll trust Frenchie with 1,000." But you got to understand,
I spent a lot on wonders.
yeah, well, so you got to understand, like when Bow Battle Arena, when Jeff told us in the community, he goes, "Hey, I've got this game that I came up with when I was a 10-year-old. It's really cool. I'm going to get a lot of athletes to sign it, and it's going to be awesome." There was no physical product, like there was nothing there. Like we essentially were like, funding, this project before it ever got started. So it was not a sure thing back then. And of course, everybody says, why didn't I spend like Tex Hooper? But the point is, the next thing that they do, you want to be a geek holder because you will see that next project, because they have a project called Cosmics that's going to be their version of Pokemon. And it's like, I mean, how hard is it to replicate that? Incredibly hard. The chances are it won't succeed. But let me tell you something. Frenchie is a dreamer and a businessman, and I will follow. I learned a couple years ago, you trust his projects. I normally, when you look at something like this, you think you got to weigh the risk versus the benefit. I was talking to According to Hen, and I said, you know what? I'm going to just keep going with him until he fails, and then I'll start looking at it that way. But like literally, if you just invest in Frenchie and what he's doing, it won't burn you. Well, this is not financial advice. Everybody do your own due diligence. Yeah, I shouldn't get over my skis on that. But it all starts with being a geek and being there. Like that's where you guys want to go. The other thing is, if you're going to the National Card Show again, and I think I was talking to you about at the Brawl, is that the National Card Show, if you have a geek, you get invited to the geek dinner. It's all you can eat, all you can drink, and they give away. I mean, I got so many Bow Battle Arena shirts, Wonder shirts, hats. Like this jersey. It's like my signed Bo Jackson poster is like, this is by going to the geek dinner. And last year, they had us play a Bow tournament, and we were each given a national 24 starter kit. And Tex Hooper and I both got gold tickets in ours. It's 1 in 7 chance. We both got, yes, that's the signed autograph. And then Tex Hooper and I both got the gold tickets, and we both got Showtime. And Tex, our serial numbers were like 25 and 26 out of 50, right? Yeah, we were one off, which is, I think there's 2,000 of those boxes, and Tex Hooper and I got Showtime's one serial number off. Anyway, and then Jammer, I made a point of I said not to leave at the Winter Brawl. I said, you never know with Frenchie. So Frenchie, after the tournament's over at like 9:30, he walks around. Well, you were still there. He walks around and gives everybody a hobby box who played in it. Just boom, here's a booster box. Gives everybody a booster box. And he walks by about 20 minutes later and goes, we're going to play another tournament, and you're going to build your deck out of what's in the box. Can't trade, and we're just going to do that. So as we go to start it, Frenchie goes, I'm going to give another Bojack's auto to whoever wins this one. By the time we started playing at 9:30 or 10, only 7 people stuck around. So you had a 1 in 7 chance of winning a Bojack's auto, and the mat was worth about 42. The person who won it, they got an offer for $4,200. So 1 in 7 chance to win $4,000. And if you think about it, you didn't need a huge Apex deck, right? It's like it was whatever you could build out of the booster. So the key thing is with block packs is you want to be in the heart of this community, so you see all those opportunities. And whenever there's an event, you go to it. And when you're at an event, you don't leave until the last one. Tex, am I right?
Yeah, make them throw you out.
All right, but I think that's. So I don't know, Tex, if you want to add anything else. These guys we've been telling them they're mainly Bow Battle Arena physical people, and we ripped digital for them tonight. But if there's anything else you want to.
No, it's just, you guys have stumbled upon this, and it's a really great thing. It's a lot of fun. It's a really great community. There's a lot of big things coming. I haven't been on doing some stuff, but is Around the Block, has that been posted yet? Slappy?
No, I was getting ready for this. Sorry, Tech. So,
well, because I was going to say there's a lot of big information in
there is
our episode
So-
of Around the Block.
what?
You're not alone, Tex. I'm a Wonders guy.
Oh, excellent. All right.
Yeah. Well, and what Tex Hooper's talking about is, again, Around the Block. It's a new show we do once a week. We talk about Bow Battle Arena, Wonders of the First, block packs, and home team heroes. So that way you don't have to be in 5 Discords reading every post, reading every announcement. We've got one place. You just watch it on YouTube or listen to it, and you'll get all the information you need to know. Because we've been around for 3 years, and the amount of information these guys are putting out now, it's like blowing your mind at like how much they have.
Yeah,
And
it's
this is
hot and heavy.
this once a week.
Yeah, we do the show once a week. Yep. You can go back and watch the previous episodes on YouTube. Just go to the Radish Digital YouTube channel.
Yep.
Yeah, if you
you'll be
go into
able to-
Radish, if you go into Radish Digital under official links text, you can find it there.
Oh, that's right. It's on there too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And
So-
yeah, but tonight's got some banger updates,
Yes.
especially
Yeah.
for the Wonders stuff.
Yeah, I have. For me coming back from the Winter Brawl, I've gotten like 12 hours in like 3 nights, and like Tex wants me in the editing room getting the show out, but I will. Including we have. So one of the things, did you guys even hear about the silver ticket? So Jeff Frenchie had possibly the only one in public circulation, one of Tom Brady touchdown footballs, and every
It's
time
only
you
12. He only threw 12 touchdowns.
Oh wow.
And this one was signed by Gronk, and every time you bought a box of Home Team Hero Digital, you got a silver ticket, a chance to win this. And so they just had the drawing on Valentine's Day. And so one of our friends, he was part of the group that won it. So we was asking him what he was going to do with it. But that was valued at $200,000 a couple of years ago. But since COVID, everything's come down. So we'll see where it is. But this company gave away $100,000 to $200,000 football. They also gave away a Tesla a couple of years ago too.
Wow.
Yeah. So Frenchie loves to do stuff like that, and that goes along with all the bounties and everything that, like Slappy was saying, a lot of the bounties are still out there.
Yeah,
just
and that Matata still hasn't been hit. All right, well, listen, I can see that. I can read the room on the faces. You guys are amazing. 2 hours and 16 minutes. We didn't want to. I just didn't want to let you guys without having your questions answered. But did you guys have any? And by the way, we'll stay on if you want. But are there any questions you guys had?
No, I guess.
Now, did you want to see my next one to go to PSA?
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
Did you want to see the next one I'm planning to PSA?
Yeah. What do you got?
That came in
Oh,
today.
Hold on.
Bubble gum.
Hold on. I'm going to put you in the big
That's
screen.
amazing.
Hold on.
Oh my God.
Oh, nice. That's beautiful. Beautiful card.
Now, Slappy,
Yeah.
is that a one of one? Weren't there certain bubble gums that were one of ones?
Yes, but
That's
it's
the 200 power. Isn't that the one of one?
Well, I've got these. I showed Slappy these before. I got these done
Oh my
already.
God. They're oh my God, you got a 10 on the bottom. Jesus.
That's awesome.
Insane. All those, or did you buy them?
We pulled these two, and I actually traded a football card for this.
Wow.
Wow.
And
Can I ask what card?
Yeah, it was a Michael Penix RPA to 99. It's about a $600 card for this.
Wow.
You got a steal. You got an
No
absolute
kidding.
steal on that.
Yeah.
yes.
Chris at Caster Society would probably give you $5,000 for it right away.
Right?
Yeah, I've had a lot of offers
Yeah.
for it. Yeah,
You might want to. I think that's a one of one.
the
I
brandy.
believe so. Yeah.
No, so Tex, if I remember correctly, and it's really bad, I thought it was the non-featured. I thought it's the ones who didn't auto. I think it's only for those that it's one of one.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I can't. Well, we'll have to go back and see where that was because Frenchie did talk about there were certain.
Actually,
hidden,
you want to
Easter-
know what? My Steelers is in the audience, and he's gonna know for sure. I know that he already corrected us on the color pops. And by the way, for color pops, 110X, 15X, 1 4X, 2 3X, and 5 2X. And my Steelers was saying not bubblegum 1 of 1, but the pink hex. So I think you're partially right, Steelers. It's the pink hex, but it's not both the featured athletes and the non-featured. I think it's only the non-featured athletes, those who don't have the autos. So that's the other thing.
Either way, it's one hell of a card.
By the way,
Oh,
my
hell
Steelers,
yeah.
my Steelers would get on here if he had a more than a $5 audio system. I hope he ended up. He's got the worst audio system in the world. That's probably why he has bad luck on these community battle breaks. Those are pretty cards.
Yeah.
Will you, are any of you guys planning on going to the National?
Yes,
Yeah, I'll be there.
I'm going.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the National is going to be pretty spectacular this year. They got some big stuff planned.
And Slappy, I'll have you help me get a geek, so I'll be at the dinner.
Yeah. Let's see. I have.
Are there any for sale right now?
I was just going to go ahead and I was just going to go and look and see if there were any from. But actually, you want to know what? I'll go ahead and take a look right now. Yeah. Well, you and I can do that later. But I want to keep it right. Chris.
Yeah, I got it right here. The lowest one is wow. It's SDO has one listed for $488.
Is that an All-Star or Hero?
It's an All-Star.
Wow. And that's in the marketplace or that's on OpenSea?
That's on OpenSea.
Okay. And by the way, my Steelers giving us a nice message there in the chat if you didn't see it. But he was saying that it's the 1 of 1s. So I didn't know if you guys knew that because that was very early on, soon after they started ripping on Black Friday. But it was not a known fact. It was the pink hexes of the non-featured athletes are 1 of 1. So the bionics of the world, for instance.
Really?
Slappy, do you know what BPX is at right now?
Yeah, it's actually up. It was up. It's been trading at 0.0026 to 0.003.
Because there's a Hero in the marketplace for 360,000 miles right now. Being sold by a Newland 99.
Jacob.
Oh, that's right. That's Jacob N, isn't it?
And it's a Hero or All-Star?
That's a Hero. That one's a Hero.
All right. Well, that one is 360,000. You said?
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's 1080. Well, it's not crazy. Good luck to Jacob if he gets it. That's a little bit high. But so the other reason why people are buying geeks, and I don't know if we mentioned or you guys heard, so there will be some pre-sale of the Boba Alpha Edition update for geeks. And so one of the reasons why people want geeks is they want to be able to buy additional boba. So it's not much, because of course is the one thing that Frenchie's made clear is that the boba needs to be in the bigger community. You can't have it with the little community. So but keep in mind just a little benefit, right? When you're trying to get boba, and it's now to getting close to $2,000 for a jumbo, and you got to drive 6 hours to get it. If you even have that little shot, like at a little bit more, some people say it's worth it.
The one thing they could have done though,
you too, Steelers.
Those opening day bundles, and I told this to, I don't know, I was in an email with this Matt that does a lot of the redemptions, and I told him, I said those bundles should have been sold to the retail, because some of the guys are trying to sell them for $2,000 for those boxes that cost like $60, and there's 8 of them in a case. I mean, and all they're doing is cannibalizing the sets or those boxes to sell what's in there, the blasters and the white packs for the bow Jackson cards. And so I mean it's kind of bad that some of the young guys couldn't get some of that stuff, because you're trying to reach out to those people, and you can't if you're selling those cases like that to individuals.
Yeah, I remember Frenchie saying that was one of the issues, that when they came up with the idea to do that, they were hoping that it would incentivize the retailers to do like a launch day event and have maybe competitions and give those out as prizes and stuff. But once it's out of their control, people can do whatever they want with them. So I think that was kind of an experiment that.
But I also think
didn't really work out the way they wanted it to. But
I also think Frenchie said he's putting them on a blacklist. Those stores, right? They were going to figure out who they were.
Yeah. The people that just resold them, like on eBay or whatever. Yeah, I think those people are getting blacklisted. Yeah.
Holy cow! I mean, it was crazy. I mean, I probably bought 10. At least 10 of them just to see if I could get a Gumbo Jackson. I seem to get more steel than anything.
Yep.
But it's just crazy, and a lot of those were $150, 3 times the value almost. And
yeah.
But I mean, I told my buddy that owns a shop here in Fargo, and he usually goes to the Nationals every year. And anyways, he only bought so many, like he only bought like 2 boxes of each, 2 cases of each, and I mean, I went in there that day, and I wasn't planning on buying anything on Black Friday. Next thing you know, I'm ripping all kinds of Bo Jackson, probably spending $4,000 or $5,000. But I mean, it's just such a cool product. I mean, I just fell in love with it. I mean, I hadn't been into collecting for probably 10, 15 years, and it just kind of rejuvenated as far as just going this. I mean, and who doesn't like Bo Jackson? So it's awesome.
I'm gonna have to remember this is the 225 mark, so I can clip it and send it to Block Packs. That's like an ad right there.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate you guys too. And Tex, thanks for all your information also.
Oh yeah, no, my pleasure. Yeah, it helps me stay in the loop. Honestly, that's one of the main reasons I do it.
Yeah, it's a heck of a community. I mean, I can't believe the trust even on Discord with all the guys. And I mean, I've made several trades along with buying stuff. Hey, send me $200, and I hope you send me that card. You don't have to worry about it. I've had 0 problems.
Yeah.
I mean, what is this, Slappy? This is I think I'm coming up on 4 years with Black Packs, and you're a year ahead of me. And I think I can count on not even all of the fingers on one hand how many community members have been involved with doing something shady to another community member. I mean, we've been, and those people then, get absolutely washed right out, of the community. Right. But I mean, I think maybe 2 or 3 that come to mind in, my 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Of community members.
I mean, I've only been in a few months, and it's just awesome. And it's a way better, it's just a great forum for everybody to get in and check it out and communicate, and it's a lot of fun. I've met a lot of good people.
Well, that's what's great about you guys is that's why you guys are here. It's like I mean, I'm not just saying it. Yeah, you guys are great. We want to get you excited. We want to keep you here because you guys make the community better. That's what
you were talking about Galileo, and I get talking with him, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, he goes, "Hey," we got an office in Fargo. Come on, the next time you're up here, let me know, and we'll go out to lunch or something.
Yeah.
So
that's the great thing about the National is that a majority, pretty much a good bunch of the community ends up at the National, and we all get to hang out together and meet each other face to face and
absolutely
learn each other's real names.
Right.
So,
and that's
what I was giving Chris crap on a cardio. I said what they should have is a bunch of shirts made with our nicknames on them, on the back,
I know.
And just funny. I mean, be kind of cool, but yeah, no, I've met a lot of cool people, a lot of just great guys and gals. You're talking about Jen too. She's unbelievable. I've made some deals with her too, and
Jen's super.
Let me tell you, Jen has a horseshoe stuck up. Where? It's like I don't want to hear about Jen.
Yeah, Jen, Pacharka. There's a handful of people that are incredibly lucky in this community.
You want to know something? I'm sure they haven't heard the story. So Petrarca, this is the type of community it is. So when Petrarca first joined the community, Frenchie mistakenly said he won a bounty when he didn't win a bounty. They were doing a community battle break. That's one of the reasons why we do these now. Block packs used to do them, and so they didn't have the bandwidth to do it. So we're like, all right, we'll take a stab at doing it. And so Frenchie was involved, and he called. He's like, "You just won 4,000," and like afterwards, as people, I'd be like, "That wasn't a $4,000 bounty." So Frenchie still gave Petrarca.
Yeah. He honored it.
He honored the 4,000. Like that's the type of thing. Like, and that's why normally what we say, like I didn't do it this time. Normally we start every recording where we reference Petrarca and we say, "Listen, I'm not Frenchie. If we call something wrong, it's the videotape. It's the videotape. Like I'm not paying you if I make a mistake."
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but they had the funny thing about about block packs and their bounties, when baseball digital home team heroes dropped the first time, they offered $50,000 bounty at the National 2 years ago for the person who hit the Matata 10x, and I think it was 20,000 for the Gavler 10x. So get this,
cash money. Frenchie had 50,000 in cash in a box ready to hand to you.
It was so big at National. So I got to tell you this. This was July 2023. Fast forward today, that Matata still has not been hit. Nobody's hit it. And the bounty, it's not 50,000 anymore. I mean, Frenchie can't let this go on forever. So he lowered it down. Now I think it's 10,000 X, right? But it's
I believe I think
it's down to 10,000.
Right. I don't think it's 20. Yeah, 10.
And just so you know, is Frenchie's a huge Braves fan, so that's why like Matata was up there. And actually, Alpha came to Radish because he had a bunch of color pops, and he said, "Listen, I want to do a community battle break." So we did kind of what we did tonight, except we did it where you pay. If Alpha's such a believer in block packs and BPX, he wanted BPX, so he said, I was like 26,000 BPX. You got like was it 1, 2, or 3 color pops or something? But
yeah, something like that.
You got like a number of color pops, and so we just went through and we started ripping like 100 color pops. And the rule was if we hit any of the bounties, it was something about I can't remember. I can't even. We have it on Radish Digital. It's on one of our YouTube streams. But we hit the Gavler, and we did it on New Year's Eve. Like here I am getting ready to spend New Year's Eve with my wife, and I'm doing this break like before. And we did it early enough. Like
the bounty ended at midnight on it. 12:01 a.m. on New Year's Eve.
So I'm saying the block packs, if we hit this, so son of a gun, we hit that thing with like 6 hours to go for Gavler to win like the 10,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's awesome though.
Yeah.
All right. Good times. So I like I said, I can't wait to go to Nationals and meet up with a lot of these people and meet up with you guys, and it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, and not only that, it's kind of I'm one of those collectors too. I don't like some people just go after the hex or they go after a certain like all the green glows. I just keep collecting everything. I got a little bit of everything, and I just I got a pretty nice collection right now.
That's the difference between you and you two on the top and the rest of us. You two have a little bit of everything, including the top. We have a little bit of everything down below. Big Rob, Tex, and I. And speaking of which, by the way, guys, this is Big Rob. So Big Rob is the one. He's the one who created the giveaway tool. And Rob, I knew you were watching from the audience, but you heard that everybody said it was seamless, no technical issues. It was user error. We're not telling what?
There's some bugs that I got to fix. Nothing that like stopped anything from working, but you probably noticed it in the entries where it was showing that the around the block answers. If you answered the around the block question, then it pulled that one into your giveaway entry.
No, but it's but so Rob he's also the one who created. We used to do so we have fantasy sports based on the home team heroes. We do basketball, baseball, and football. And so before Rob showed up, we used to do it where you filled out a Google form, and so we tracked it by Rody, but actually he created a formula for figuring out who was winning it. So Rob couldn't stand to see it. And so Rob actually, who's the developer, he ended up creating the fantasy platform that we have now. And so we also have real-time stats. What's it? Every 2 minutes, Rob? Every 5 minutes? So what's nice is when you play the fantasy sports, it's every 5 minutes. So one of the things that we used to do it where when we started out, BlockPack sponsored us, and the winner got 1 box. And like some weeks, 15, 20 people play. So you have, if you're decent, you have a 1 in 20 chance of winning a box. But then I said, listen, I want the people who can't compete with the pros, I want them to win. So BlockPacks agreed to give 1 randomly away. So we now give away 2 boxes for every week of fantasy. And when the people would win, I would rip the box for them because, again, you can't transfer the box over to them. But it wasn't exciting. So then what we did about a month ago, and Cardio Chris joined us, is that we did a fantasy community battle break. So these are people who won fantasy or won the random box, and we put them in the same format you saw tonight. And we got BlockPacks to give us an extra 4 box. And so what happened is everybody in there won at least 1 box. And then one person who won fantasy or randomly won a fantasy week, they walked away with 5 boxes, 500 cards of HTH.
Oh,
And so
jeez.
we got to get back to, but anyway, if you keep that in mind, we've got the fantasy basketball up right now. So you get that Radish Fantasy Sports you guys were at earlier. You can sign up there. But Rob did that, but Rob also did, and this is what's important. You're going to look at the card you have in your hand. You're going to have a geek insert. You're going to have a gold. You're going to have whatever card you guys have. So if you're at radishdigital.com, you're going to go to BlockPacks and you're going to go to HTH Market Pulse. And when you go there, pick the basketball collection and pick the parallel. And then what it will do, it shows you sales data. Because what happens if you go to the BlockPacks marketplace, you have to scroll down and see, like, and hope you see where somebody sold a Card Geek insert for Victory. But Rob created a tool. So I want to see how many victories sold in the last 7 days, in the last 14 days. What were the prices that are being paid? So when you're looking to buy or sell something, it's like Rob created a tool so you can see how much should I be paying for or how much should I sell it for. Is there anything you want to add to that, Rob?
No, you pretty much nailed it.
So he also did in the last community battle break we told you about all those people winning those buybacks for the best ballers. Rob created something where you can, it's a tool that just shows your wallet how much money you can trade in. So as Rob said, if you it's a lazy tool because you in theory can go in and just filter, but then you also have to go find the announcement. How much is an aqua worth? How much is a blue? So instead you can just, his tool instantly says, look at my wallet. All right, I can send this in for $500. You just transfer it to an account in BlockPacks, and then they send you $500 or whatever, your bounties are.
Right.
But that's another tool, Rob. So every day Rob creates another tool. And again,
not every day.
Rob is a genius. In other words,
No, not even close.
oh, you're our genius. How's that?
Yeah. So the point is, if there's any tool, if you're looking at something, which is great for you guys have new sets of eyes, if you see a tool and you're like, this doesn't make sense, why can't I figure this out, or why don't they have this? When you still have that fresh perspective, BRFTW, Big Rob for the win. You can tag him in Radish and say, hey Rob, is that why don't I know this? He loves creating, like I said, he didn't like the way we used to do giveaways. You would go to radishdigital.com/buy. You'd go where we sell our break spots, and we had a giveaway product that didn't cost any money, but it's the only way we could track people in the giveaway because we're not on Whatnot, right? There's no giveaway up in the corner. And so people would buy it, and it was this clunky thing, and it took us a while, and people complained about it. So Rob had heard it several times, and he finally had enough, and he, on his way driving home, he goes, I can't stand it. He goes, I'm going to give you a giveaway tool tonight. And so by the time I got off the stream and messaged him, I'm like, how long do you think it's going to take? And he goes, I probably have about 30 minutes left. And so that tool he created in one night because he was frustrated watching us try to do that. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's going to get better. I mean, obviously there's really only one little bug with the answer thing, but I'm going to add a way to where you can toggle that on and off because you don't need it on the live events, because it's only up there for, the 30 minutes or whatever that the live event's going on.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking you do the random wheel in Discord, and I think that's great, but I was kind of wondering, would you rather that just be on the website in the admin panel, and then you could share your screen when it does the random?
Yeah. If we need to. The other thing is, what you could do is timed 9 to 9:30, 9:30 to 10. If I could put in a timer so that one opens and then closes. I loved earlier tonight. Vermonter said, He loved how it went from one to the next to the next. He didn't know I was manually closing one and then manually opening another one. But if you could do the timer, all right, wait, we're gonna definitely put him to sleep where we start talking about that. We can talk about it after. But Rob, I can't thank you enough. That tool was great. All right, I will say I'm gonna go see if my wife is still awake. I don't know if all your wives are. Chris, I'm gonna take you off mute, by the way, because don't jump off. Don't jump off, everyone, because one of the hallmarks we do here is we do a final word. Rob, don't go anywhere. Chris, I had to put you on silent just because the background noise was loud. But what's that?
I was driving. Hang on.
All right. Well, Chris, do you have anything final you want to say? And for folks who don't know, Chris had a fake SubHub rating who was messaging him today. And we got SubHub on the phone and we verified that. So that's the other thing just to remember, especially as you're looking for a hero, is that Jamer, you were talking about what a great trusting community this is. What's really hard is I told you about that $40,000 asset that transferred. People just sent it and they got the 40,000. We are a target for people all around the world because we have so much value in our community, and they come into our community, and what they'll do is, like in the case of, you guys are all familiar with StubHub grading, is that, I don't know if you've seen him in Boba, but his actual Discord is Dusty B77, and this person created one, Dusty B777. And so when you look at it, it's very hard to tell. So if you have the actual community members, it's good, but just be very cautious of it. So anyway, Chris,
remember what Eric told us today, and it's in around the block. But if you go into the Discord now and you type
BlockPacks Discord,
yeah, in the BlockPacks Discord, and you type, what is it, /profile, and then the person's like @Slappy White, it will show you like his profile and like verification. So that's a way you can double check. So like if somebody messages you and says, hey, you know, I'm looking to buy this, or I want to trade you for this, you can go into the BlockPacks Discord, put his name in, and, you know, verify it that way too. That's something he's added apparently.
They're doing some additional ones, but the one thing I will say, and I'll offer it, is that, I mean, now that you've spent a couple hours with me, I mean, you can trust me more. But like I did with Chris, is if you guys are ever making a deal with someone, because that's the other thing is, so you guys are in the middle of great change, which is a lot of the assets we have, like the geeks, they've only been on the blockchain, and you've needed things like ETH to buy it. They're now moving it into the BlockPacks marketplace. A number of people have already done it. Rob, you've done it, right? Okay.
I moved my geeks tonight.
All right, so he text moved his in. I'm not going to move mine, but they're now going to be in the marketplace where you can buy BPX and buy yourself a geek. But until now, you needed ETH for doing that. Well, the way most of these actually change hands is that if you look at the activity on OpenSea, almost none of them actually sell. You just see transfers back and forth, because what we do as a community, I'll PayPal you or Venmo you, X hundreds of dollars, and then you just send it over to me. So because that's the way we do it, if you guys make that type of arrangement and you're not doing a straight buy or sale, is that feel free to use me, and like I called SubHub to make sure that he was legit. So if you are ever doing that type of transaction, feel free to use me as a go-between. All right. So
sweet.
So hey,
Definitely.
I am gonna say is like Troy, when you look at Troy's Card Shack, is that, dude, you have some awesome Facebook streams. I loved watching those. But any final words from you?
No, I'm just looking forward to getting a geek and getting more involved with what's really going on further than what I knew existed.
Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait. I loved hanging out with you and Sheila at the Winter Brawl. So make sure you get Sheila a geek too. She doesn't need one for the dinner, but she can be your guest, but she should get her own geek too.
Yeah.
All right. Jammer, any final thoughts?
No, I'm good. Like I said, I had a great time. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Really cool. Jammer knows North Dakota is my favorite state, so he can come anytime. All right. So, and I mean that sincerely. Mass Martyr, any final thoughts? Are you still awake?
Yeah, I I actually had a real quick question, and then I had another thought. But it was regarding the snap games we were talking about earlier. I've been curious. I've asked people before, and I don't feel like I got a satisfactory answer. But does holding multiple copies of the commons give you greater odds of being in each snap?
Rob, I'll let you answer that one. Sure.
I mean, it's basically like they eliminate like the first round's a little different. The first round they go from however many commons there are down to 256. So 256 people move on. So basically, each common that you have is a chance to move on to one of those 256. So the more you have, the more likely you are to have one that moves on. And then after that round, it goes from 256. They divide it by 4. So what's that? 64 is the next round. So you have a 1 in 4 chance for everyone that you have in the round of 256. You have a 1 in 4 chance to move on.
So you can't can you get like with those multiples? Can you end up with more than like what's the starting purple is the starter? Can you end up with more than one for any base?
People target it all the time, right? You'll end up with like 10 purples of the same one, 5 purples, 10 purples.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was in one and I only saw one of each, so I didn't know if having more would increase the numbers.
Now the
if you have like 100 of one particular common, you might get 3 or 4 purples from that, and it'll be the same hero and the same weapon type. It'll be a purple parallel, purple shatter. So like after that, it's a 1 in 4 every round to move on.
Yeah. The one thing I will say is when I went to National in Chicago 2 years ago, I met this guy. You won't see. I don't know if he's not active in Boba, but it's Wes, and he's got a Snoopy PFP. And I remember meeting Wes. Wes had won again when these Raz games I told you guys about, they were on the blockchain. So what's great about the blockchain, we could see who was winning, who was losing, who was trading, who was selling. You could watch how people were doing it. So Wes always seemed to win. And when I talked to him, he had won. You heard Hawkwind's never won. I've won once. Wes had won over 20 times when I met him. Like the percentage of wins was insane. And so Tex Hooper, he's one of the guys I'm in a group with when we combine together to be a whale, and we're not a whale. I should say we combine together to
attempt to be a whale.
Yeah, well, we combine to be bigger than we are.
Yeah.
So Tex Hooper is every time the Raz would start, Tex would say, "What cards are we targeting?" And the one thing we learned, and I'd have to remind Tex every time, and what Wes did is, everybody makes the mistake when there are 2,048 chances. People used to, for like a cheap card, right? You could buy a cheap card for 20, 30 cents, right? If it's only worth $250, then in their 2,048, right? It's worth pennies, each of them in the beginning. So people would buy a lot of them. And what's the goal? People would want to get like 1,000 and 1,100 of the tokens for the card they wanted. Well, if you have 1,100 of 2,048, what do you have? Yeah, you don't have the other half. You're just as likely to lose it. Like your mind gets in love with the thought of like, oh, I have over half the tokens, right? One person has half, they're going to win it. And like, yeah, you know what happens? There's no guarantee 50% of yours are going to get snapped away. 50% of all of them get snapped away. So some people would have 70% snapped away, and then guess what? You only have like 300 or 400.
Yeah.
So what this Wes guy did, Wes he wouldn't do anything. When it was 2,048, when it was 1,024, when it was 512, 256, he would wait until it got down to about 6432. And on the blockchain, you could watch what he did. When he got down to 6432, he was spread out among, say, 10 cards. He'd have 5 Raz for that card. He'd have 20 for this one. And so what he'd do is he'd sell the 5 on that one. He'd make trades to get more on the one he had 20 on. And so he didn't pick a card. He just said, where is Lady Luck telling me my it's going? So instead of fighting what would happen, he would just go where it took him. And it's funny, Tex, because once we agreed to stop chasing the cards we loved and just doing what he did and just wherever luck took us and then focusing on the lower rounds, that's when we started winning cards. And I told him about that Rodman Jordan card. We also won. I think our biggest hit was that $6,000 Dan Marino card, right?
Yeah. That was it was a BGS pristine Marino rookie.
Yeah,
Wow.
and that was it's always fun with Tex Hooper. He's more of a card guy than I am. I love cards, but he's more than I am. And Tex Hooper, no matter what card it is, he's always hoping that the athlete will die a younger death, or maybe just He's like, well, it's like he always tells us who's not doing well.
Yeah.
But Mass Martyr, what else?
Sell Wimbenyama now. Yes,
Right,
Chris Bosh.
right.
The blood clot thing worked out for him. Sell your Wimbenyamas now.
All
That's
right.
not financial advice.
So Mass Martyr, did that answer your question?
Yes.
Did you have another one?
No, I was the only other thought I had was when we were talking about people almost swindling people. And I've talked to people about this a few times, and I've been trying to think of something to do for that, but it just occurred to me while we were talking about it, or while you guys were talking about it earlier. Has anybody considered maybe I don't know, like I know we do, or at least I've seen. It looks like for tax form reasons, there's some identification stuff that goes on. But has anybody tossed around the idea of maybe doing a photo identification process with block packs, and similar to like the other things we hold, our NFTs? What about Unfortunately, I feel like it would be transferable, but I mean, it would be one person at a time. But anyway, if you could get a NFT that was your verification card, and then when you link your wallet, that maybe in the Discord it gives you a verification mark or some kind of emblem, so that people know you are you.
I'm gonna let Rob attack that in a second, but I will say one thing we've talked about at Radish, and I always get pushback from Hawkwind, is that, and I'm sure for somebody like Frenchie and Blockbacks, if you verify people, you're opening yourself up to legal liability, right? Because you said this person was legit based on the system you set up, and then coping mechanism. He's one guy in the community. He was hacked for, it was over $10,000. I know he lost.
Yeah.
Tex Hooper has been hacked 3 times. 3 times. So
Wow.
I think what's hard with block
I
packs.
fucking hate the blockchain.
So
I
with
can't wait till all this stuff is off the blockchain.
so block packs, block packs is, I don't think I love your ideas, and I've even thought about, like, one thing I wanted to do was an insurance. Like, God knows I'd run afoul of insurance laws, but I wanted to start insurance. And have everybody like us, right? We all kick in $5 a month, like not that we all kick in something a month, and when you get hacked, you file a claim, and then we pay it out of the pool. But different ideas like that. I like your idea that you're saying, Mass Martyr. But Rob, did you have any thoughts? I know they won't do it for liability reasons, and I mean, I can't say I blame them.
I think that it's a losing game to try to fight it in that way. I mean, the people who are bad actors are just going to they're just going to find new angles to try to fool people. So the best thing we can do as a community is to bring in each other anytime we're making a transaction to verify the third party. Because they can, spoof a username or whatever on Discord, but like you did with SubHub, where you pulled him in on the side to verify, is this really you? That's the only way you're really going to do it. Any type of verification stuff, coining cards, that type of thing where you're trying to show your picture or whatever. Like, AI is getting really good. There's always going to be ways to fake that stuff. Scammers are going to find ways to scam.
So
The
far,
only thing we can do is bring in each other to help each other out.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So far, it seems like the members of the community are the most reliable source.
Yeah, and common sense, right?
What about like a page or something somewhere in the community where if you're gonna make a trade with somebody, we have a veteran of the community that can come in, step in, be involved as a third party and verify the people.
Well, people ask, they ask for references.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I think that's just a case of reaching out to, myself or Slappy or Galileo and just saying, hey, who is this guy? Do you know who this guy is? And
you know what's interesting though? Tex and Rob, because I know you guys have been around the longest of everybody here. I think one of the things that's interesting is we're used to what's been the last 3 years. And so what you guys need to understand is we've been around for 3 years. And so what would happen is, I remember when my Steelers came in and we were all excited. He's a very active person and he's involved in everything. But you can know my Steelers because he literally was the only person who came in that week or that 2 weeks. And that's the way it's always gone. Great people coming in 1 or 2 at a time. People don't really leave. It's very rare. But now you guys are a different wave. Like, you're just coming in so much. Like, it's actually hard to keep up with everyone. So Tex and Rob, it's funny. I was thinking like you guys were thinking, but to a certain extent I think it's a different reality now. And the funny thing is there's so many people coming in and wanting trades, hearing what they're saying. That's not I'm not sure about the page, but even a channel in Radish that is a verified trade. And what it is you could go in like, Giant Crusher was making this trade, right, with SubHub. So he could go in there and he can tag SubHub and say, hey, SubHub, a channel that's not going to muck everybody up. It's not going to get lost. It's a trade verification. And so you can go in and say, hey, I'm just verifying SubHub. This is you, and tag. Because, of course, at Radish, we're small enough. We're only 500 people in our Discord. And so, we don't let fake people into our Discord. I know who comes in and I watch them and I can tell whether they're scammers or not. So that might not be a bad thing. I'm just thinking, guys, like, it's a little bit hard.
So-
I agree. Go ahead, Rob.
Well, I think BlockPax is coming up with a tool right now. They're made a Discord bot that shows you somebody's profile and it shows all this stuff that they have linked to their account.
Actually, Slappy,
And
I have that.
I
Can
think what
share
that's
my
going to
screen?
do is allow you to click on the person's name when you get their profile to open up a DM to that person, and you can tell like this is the person who's linked to the BlockPax account who I'm DMing. I think that's the way they're going to go with it. That way, you don't have to go to any of the trouble that we're talking about now. You'll just be able to say like, give me the profile for this person. Let me go into a DM with him that way. If it's not the same DM that I got from this other person, then the other person's a fake one.
Do you guys see my screen?
Oh, yes, it's up.
That's when you do the, I don't know if we can make this bigger or not, but
What do you mean? It's
when you
covering
do
the entire screen.
okay. The backslash profile, this is what comes up when you put the person's name in. And like you can see that it says they've been in the Discord, for how long. So I mean, yeah, I think they're trying to do, move kind of in that direction with something like this, but yeah, so that's a little, you can see if it's somebody that just signed up like, yesterday.
They had one scammer who had been in the Discord for over a year recently.
Really?
So,
who was that?
Yeah, I don't remember who it was, but they were in the Discord for a long time. So it
That's-
must have just
that's
been an
pretty
account
rare.
that they had that they came
Yeah,
back or something.
the only thing I would say, and this is what's hard about Discord, is you got to remember 89% of women don't use Discord, 79% of men don't use Discord. So the only thing I'd say is this command is great, but threads are a tool that nobody remembers, and including you, Tex, in Discord. So a channel that says, a trading channel. All right. Anyway, that's smarter. Thanks for that suggestion. I'm going to think about it. I still haven't given up about it.
We can hammer Frenchie at the National about it.
Are any boba boxes coming to the Shattering? Jeez, I didn't even think about that. Ooh, I didn't think about that. Bringing some of the Radish boba boxes. I don't know. We'll have to think about that one. That's a really great
All right,
idea.
guys, I'm gonna not to cut you off. I'm gonna hop off. I've left my fiance with the kids for quite a while now. So.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me. It was awesome.
Have a good
All
night.
right.
man.
Good
I'll
night.
get those cards over to you the next couple nights. Have a good night. Bye.
No rush.
All right, and then Chris, Giant Crusher, and then I'll go to Tex and Rob. Any final thoughts, Chris? All right, and Chris must have stepped away for a second. Tex, anything? Thanks for joining us. And again, Tex, the host of Around the Block. Any final thoughts? And you look a lot better. He has, by the way, he has a child sickness. He has RSV.
Somehow I ended up with RSV. I don't know. I think my 18-year-old gave it to me. However that works. I'm feeling much better than I was this morning, though. So that's good.
Yeah. Yes, when you filmed it. Anything else?
Yeah. No, just I love seeing the new faces. Love meeting new people. This is great. I'm glad you guys have joined us on this crazy adventure, and I look forward to meeting some or all of you in person here in a few months at the National.
Absolutely. Same here.
Awesome.
Great.
All right. And the Big Rob, thanks for coming in and joining us. Big Rob has his kids are under 5 years old, so he is up all night.
Oof. I remember those days.
Yeah,
Rob.
5-year-old's good. She usually sleeps through the night. Maybe she'll get up once to go to the bathroom with the babies. The baby gets up like once or twice a night every night.
Oof.
That's when Rob gets his best work done.
No, not at all.
All right. Anything else, Rob?
No, I don't got anything.
All right. Well, look for Rob. Also comes in and does updates on Around the Block too. He talks about the latest tools. All right. So we're gonna end it there. I'm just gonna thank for. By the way, it's Vasila says, please don't bring RSV to the shattering tech super.
No. I will. I'll be in a bubble if I'm still sick at that point. I'll be rolling around in my bubble.
All right.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
You can, Chris.
All right, there we go. Okay, so all I was just saying is just make sure you guys check their profile, because the guy that was trying to rob me today had a copycat profile, looked exactly like Subhub's, and he just had like an extra 7 attached to his name.
Wow.
Yeah, same image. So it's a good warning. It's a good warning, Chris. All right. Anything else, Chris?
No, that's all. I just, like I said, just protect yourself, guys, when you're trying to buy stuff.
All right. Well, the good news is if I can get this closing out in 20 seconds, then we can actually do this in under 3 hours. All right. Listen, I want to thank everybody who's up on stage. You guys made this fun to hang out for 3 hours. Really enjoyed doing this with you guys. Thank you so much for being part of the community. Thanks for making it better. I want to thank everybody, including the 30 people who are still watching this right now, which is awesome. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations to everybody who won the boxes tonight. Dang it. We just went past 3 hours. All right. Anyway, this is Discord user /